Hey everybody, this is the what we this is our podcast, I guess. We got a podcast going on for you guys. We're
Ooh,
gonna talk about, video game stuff. It's Nick, Maxwell, and myself.
woo, woohoo! Howdy.
Everyone's excited. What the two Canadians and an American podcast, I guess.
Finally, we outnumber.
Yeah, but I'm like
Stacking up.
two of you. I'm like it takes two of you to be one of me.
Yeah, you're kind of tall. That's not
Yeah.
fair.
A
Yeah.
little, yeah, a little. So we got a lot of fun gaming news for everyone today. That's gonna be
Mhm.
good. So actually, let's talk about that. Let's start with Nick. You haven't been playing much this week, so Nick, what have you been playing this week?
Pretty much I've been playing a lot of World of Warcraft as usual, and I started playing Infinite Crisis, so the DC MOBA.
Oh yeah, you got any news on that?
It is definitely really still being worked on because just the gameplay in general needs a lot of work, but it's pretty interesting character-wise because they're merging like all 52 universes or universi
Oh, they're bringing all
together.
their. That's cool. They're bringing all the universes together. They have a ton of those.
Damn.
But there so far the character base is like really Batman heavy.
Well, that makes
So
sense though. That's pretty much the most popular. Like Batman supporting characters and villains are traditionally like the favorite DC characters.
yeah, I want to see like some more like abstract characters in there, but it's still
Yeah.
beta, so there's lots of time.
Is
It must be.
is
Go
Deathstroke
on.
in it? I gotta know. Is Deathstroke in it already?
He's not in there yet.
What the fuck?
It's got to be hard to balance with something like a DC MMO with like you got your Superman who's
Yeah, exactly.
supposed to be
How
the
does that
best.
work?
Superman is already like
Does he have
obviously
like
broken.
kryptonite? Does he
Yeah,
have like
no doubt.
kryptonite like wrapped around his neck permanently? Like he has to go into battle with a kryptonite necklace?
I don't even like understand his kit, but like he needs to be fixed. It is no. He can just like dive across the map and it is not okay with me.
Yeah.
Well, it's early. You gotta forgive them some stuff.
Then you got
Yeah.
your fucking. Oh my god, Aquaman.
Aquaman is in there, and
He's probably good,
Aquaman
though.
surprisingly is actually a good character. And anytime I tell somebody, "Oh, like try Aquaman, he's doing pretty good," and everybody's like, "Are you trolling me, Aquaman?"
Why does everyone hate Aquaman though? Like he legitimately is a good character. I was reading a thing and a lot of people like freak out because Aquaman doesn't look strong, right? Because he's always underwater. But then all of the arguments say, have you ever tried to punch anyone underwater before? Aquaman can punch more than a normal human can out of water, underwater. Think about that.
Yeah,
My
that'd be pretty impressive.
yeah.
Plus, he can make sharks attack people because injustice.
Injustice.
That's my only reasoning. It happens in that game, so it must be true.
You basically just chum the water with the opponent.
Oh, well, you play anything else good, or do you got any more to say about DC MOBA?
Um, so far, like the way they're splitting it up, they've announced. I think there's the normal universe has characters so far,
Mm-hmm.
and then there's some like Gaslight universe, which is basically like steampunk DC characters.
Oh, that's cool. That's why I like that they're drawing different characters.
It's
What's the
interesting.
gameplay like? Is it like your typical MOBA?
It's like your typical MOBA, but like I don't know I don't know, you're not as like farm based objective wise, and it's like your typical having somebody like jungling and stuff like that, which I actually found really odd because at first I was like, well, what are they gonna fight? But they end up like fighting like robots as like the minions and
Hmm.
stuff, so that's
Oh
really
man,
interesting.
see
But
that makes me want to Marvel one now because instead of that, there would be Sentinels. Just
Oh
my god.
sentinels to fight. Oh my god.
oh my god, I would play Spider-Man all over the place.
See, that's the bummer. I think all three of us are bigger Marvel fans than we are DC
Uh,
fans,
Definitely.
or at
I
least more
would say so.
knowledgeable. Yeah. So whatever. That's okay though. DC's still good. I'm gonna take a superhero MOBA if I can get one.
I
So I'm
think
definitely gonna jump into that.
DC just has a more mature content to me.
See, I wouldn't even say that. I would only say that maybe Batman and a couple of the anti-hero stories would be mature.
Yeah, that's true.
Whereas
Yeah.
whereas everything from Cap America, the whole way to Thor, Deadpool, all of that, it's all mature over there. Well, except for, they have a couple series that are specifically not mature. But I think overall, I feel that DC is more art. This is more like archetypes. You got your big hero guys, and then Marvel gets a little more nitty gritty. But then
Yeah,
Batman just
yeah.
throws that all away. Batman is more gritty than like anything Marvel does. That's the one big other thing.
The rest of like the gameplay for that so far though, it's very like I don't know. It's basically like a Rock'em Sock'em Robots version of a MOBA.
Hmm.
I find.
Okay, but they're not doing like the crazy weird objectives like the Blizzard MOBA does, like just where they do crazy things.
They nothing like that, but so far they have like two play type like maps, and the first one is like your typical like lanes like you would see in like Dota and League, and then the other one is like a League of Legends Dominion kind of thing where it's like a circle like capture the point kind of
Okay.
gameplay. And
Mm-hmm.
the capture the point one, like if you capture like the center point at a certain point, like when it like becomes available, it just starts like raining like meteors from the sky in like random locations. So I thought that was pretty
Nice.
cool.
That is
Yeah.
pretty cool. Just have Superman punch them back, I guess. Let's see. I'm trying to think of other characters that I like. Oh, it's the Flash in it. That's like my
The
one.
Flash is in it,
Oh
and they
god.
actually like made him an assassin, which was really
It
interesting.
kind of makes sense though. He's literally entirely speed based, and assassins are speed stat based usually.
And yeah,
And he
like
can he can he can just run behind someone and hit them. I mean,
he just like he's really quick and all like he has like some gap closers and then his like ultimate move thing, he basically just like runs in a circle and does like just like a zone AoE like damage thing that
Yeah.
also like wounds you over time. So that
Mhm.
was really interesting.
That's
But
exciting.
character wise, I've played like a lot out of the like Gaslight Catwoman,
Uh huh.
cause like she has stealth and like gap closers and it's beautiful and big old claws and
Oh, sounds good.
Well,
uh,
as fun as this game sounds to play, we have a lot of stuff to talk about.
true.
We could talk about everything for forever, but no, I agree. So is that all you've played this week, Nick?
Pretty much, yeah.
All right. Well, we'll jump to Max. Max, what have you been playing this week?
Oh geez. Well, I have recently delved back into GTA 5.
That's a respectable choice.
It's a lot of fun. Other than that, a lot of League of Legends, a lot of Final Fantasy 7 for
Seven's
the
always
videos
good. Yeah,
videos
the
for the channel.
ongoings. Sense.
Monaco recently released a.
Oh, that's right. The
Yeah,
Finn
yeah.
pack just came out, so I
I
have
did
that
the
as
first
well.
couple levels for that. That was fun.
Okay. I
I got Space Engineers too, which I thought would be a lot of fun, but it does not run on my computer.
Oh, that's a bummer.
Yeah, it's
Oh.
really it's no good. But I mean, it's still I can still have a bit of fun with it.
Yeah.
Other than that, I don't know. Those are the only games I've been playing a lot of recently.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess that's respectable. I guess we'll talk about what I've been playing. Um, hmm. I have my Steam popped up. Well, today I played a bunch of Total War Shogun 2. Like, I love Total War Shogun 2. I'm crazy about that game. I have like 80, 90 hours put into it altogether. So that was fun.
Jesus.
Another thing, last week I bought Fallout New Vegas, Fallout 3, and Oblivion, and I already had Skyrim on Steam, and I went crazy into modding on them. I got tons of mods for them. I had never really played any of them except for Skyrim on my PC before, so that was
Yeah.
a lot of fun. Like, I got a bunch of new companions, a bunch of new quests. It's just fantastic. Other than that, I've been playing Freedom Force and Freedom Force versus the Third Reich, which are
Oh,
great RTS superhero games.
yeah, I remember playing those a long time ago, and then I saw they were on sale on Steam a couple
Yeah,
months ago, so I picked them up.
good. Yeah, no, I've been playing through those. I've got mods for them. I added a bunch of DC characters actually to my game. So I have like Batman and Superman, and I have them. They're in my game now. It's fantastic. I'm having so much fun with it. I've been going into. I actually got a thing where you can set up teams and have the AI fight each other, and I've been building teams of like DC and Freedom Force characters and have them brawl it out, and I just watch the fights.
Are there
It's
any mods to make the character creation better?
Yes, there is.
Good, good.
There's a huge mod which not only makes it better, it makes it like 100 times more intricate, and you can literally build any power you want.
Oh, that's sweet.
It's great. So after this is all done, I might have to send you some links so you can check some stuff out for that. And the last game that I've been playing on Steam, I've still been playing a couple other games, but on Steam, FTL, the expansion came out for it, all the new
Oh,
content,
nice, nice.
and I've been playing some FTL. And then I was telling you guys earlier that I was kind of playing a game that a lot of people hear you play, and they kind of just sigh because you're a lame ass. I've been playing a ton, and I mean a ton, of Dynasty Warriors 8 Extreme Sessions. Don't judge me.
Yeah,
I
there
just
it is.
I spent the $40 and I picked up the expansion pack, which added 5 new characters, 2 whole new campaigns. And I know a lot of people laugh, right? Because it's like, we've gotten 8 games and they literally own a little. They only add a little bit each time. Well, in the past 2 games, they've actually added 2 entirely new factions and a ton of new weapons and movesets, right?
Yeah.
So it's not, at least it's not like like the Call of Duty syndrome was, where it was
Yeah,
just kind of
yeah.
a modification. For the past 2 games, they've actually added like extensive content, and in the
That's good.
last game, because what it like retells like an old like Chinese like epic, right? Kind of like the Iliad and the Odyssey, but like Chinese version of that.
Yeah.
Well, like in the first 7 games, just told the same story with minor modification. This one kept the original story, but then added what if scenarios, and you could actually go into an alternate timeline with like different events.
That's pretty sweet.
So I mean, it was just a lot more game, exactly, and it was really good. So I've played a ton of that. It was nice.
Cool.
That actually sounds like really up your alley.
It's
And
exactly up my alley. It's ridiculous how much fun I've been having. Plus, it's all about Lubu. Like, people always make jokes because it's Lubu. He's a funny guy, and the whole expansion pack is just centered around him. I'm very happy with it.
it's always nice to have like expansion packs that go into like plot with singular characters.
Yeah,
So,
well, the original expansion game they ever did was all centered around him, and this time they're like, we wanted to harken back to that, and they did it again. So he's the new faction. They added some of his supporting characters to him, and it's good. Like, I really really enjoyed it. So I think that's pretty much all the games we've been playing.
Yeah.
Um, what else do we have? Oh, well, let's go into our new section. Next segment of the podcast will be games that we want to play. These are games that are already out that we just aren't playing right now, and we wish they were in our hands.
Oh boy.
I know. Nicholas, is there anything that exists
Um,
that you wish you could play?
I really wanted to pick up the Diablo expansion that came out like
Ugh.
recently there.
What did I don't actually know about a bunch about that expansion because I don't follow anything because I'm a sheltered, cloistered hermit, and I just give no fucks. If it's not Dynasty Warriors, no, that's just not. That's just kidding. Don't. No, but I haven't been following it. What does the expansion pack add? I guess.
Basically the expansion, they added the Crusader class, which goes back to like your Diablo 2
Just
gameplay
drop bubble,
of
bubble,
like the
bubble,
paladin.
bubble.
And so then you can do like, I think there's like hammered in kind of spec wise, which was like a main thing that you do with the paladin for doing like versus like PvE kind of things.
Mm.
And then they added Act 5, which is all the like Reaper of Souls, which is basically like the Angel of Death takes like Diablo's, because they locked Diablo back in like a Soul Stone, I'm pretty sure, and
Oh,
then he basically rolls in and just beats the hell out of Tyrael and takes the Soul Stone. And yeah, then you're trying to get the Soul Stone back so that the Reaper of Death doesn't destroy your like everyone's faces with it.
Kind of a dick move, Reaper of Death.
But yeah, like gameplay wise, it looks really good, and they've been like really gearing towards it. So I think that's actually a really
is it
good
going to be
pickup.
more? Because I remember when Diablo 3 came around, people got a little let down. Do you think this is going to be not the same?
The like a majority of the designers and everybody that like worked on like made like executive decisions for Diablo 3 were actually fired from the team.
Oh my god.
So
Oh, they pulled like a Final Fantasy 14 then.
yeah, and like even just like the minor, like they've been doing a bunch of gameplay changes, like removing the bullshit auction house where you just pay money and win. So
Oh
they've been
yeah.
removing all of the like pay to win options, and they just like fine tuned the game to be a lot better. So I'm sure they did a lot like more for the expansion as well.
That's cool.
Good. Yeah, no, it's very good. You definitely want to make the consumer and the players happy with your product. So I'm glad. I'm glad to hear that.
But other than that, there's not too much out that I want to play yet.
Understandable.
Yet.
What about you, Maxwell? Anything that's
Oh
out?
boy. All right. Well, a big one that I've been very upset in not able to. Very upset that I haven't been able to play it is Titanfall.
Oh, I played that. I have it. It's
Oh
sitting.
god.
It's sitting next to me
It
because
sounds.
I have an Xbox One.
Yeah, yeah. I like my roommate has a PS4. It's just he
Oh,
hasn't
we have a
really gotten
PS4 as
anything.
well. That's in
Oh
another
my
room.
god! Of course you do.
Of
Well,
course.
okay. Well, it's not. I say we, but
Yeah.
my brother bought one, and then I bought the other. We saved up our
Fair
money,
enough.
and we both didn't want to buy a PS4. So I said,
Yeah.
I like Halo, I guess. So I'll buy an Xbox One.
Yeah. And I mean, I can't really get it for my computer. It wouldn't
I
run.
don't think anyone can run. No, people can run it, but not
Yeah.
normal people.
I've seen a lot of gameplay videos for it, and it doesn't really look like it's changed that much in terms of like your generic first person shooter, but it does look beautiful,
Have
and
you
it
not?
does. Hold
It's
on,
well,
it
okay.
has. I know it
Okay.
has changed some stuff. Like it's got like some parkour stuff, and it's got like
Literally, that's
the
all I was
Titans.
going to bring up. Literally, all I
Yeah,
was going to bring up is parkour. The parkour in that game is the greatest feature of the game. I thought I
yeah,
was
it
going to
looks
love
like
the
a
mechs.
blast.
No, the parkour is literally the
Yeah,
greatest thing in that game. It is so tight.
it was surprising to me to find out it's actually on the Source engine. So like Half-Life 2 and Left 4 Dead, the same engine.
Wow, really?
Oh.
Yep.
The more you know.
Very strange. The other game that I really wanted to play is Goat Simulator.
Oh yes, yes, Goat Simulator.
A lot of my friends have it, and I just like watch videos and become upset that I don't have it.
Yes, I agree. My sister plays it a bunch. Not the game itself, but videos of it. And I'm
Yeah.
just like, why do I not have this game?
I
Like, why
mean,
am
it's
I
only
not
$10.
playing? Yeah, but $10. I'd rather. It's just enough that I don't want to pay $10 for it.
Yeah,
Like, I
yeah,
think if it was like $8, I would pick it up in a heartbeat. But for some reason, I can't justify the extra $2 yet.
yeah.
I feel bad, but
No, that's fair enough.
yeah.
Other than that, don't really have anything else.
Oh, that's a bummer. No, it's not a bummer.
I
That's cool. That's
mean,
cool.
I wouldn't mind having I wouldn't mind myself some Diablo or something.
Hmm.
But I mean, it doesn't help that I don't really have the money for things right now, but that'll come.
Okay, okay.
All in due time.
Yeah. Well, what do I even want? Uh, I'd like to. I back when Bioshock Infinite came out, I borrowed a friend's copy of it. Right? I
Yeah.
played it, and it was great. Well, all the DLC is officially out for it now, and I really want to play the DLC, but I still don't have a copy of Bioshock Infinite. So I
Oh.
kind of want to get a copy of Bioshock Infinite.
I was
Um,
never a huge fan of the Bioshock series, so I wasn't really sure what to think about it.
Very good. No, it's good. It's good. I enjoy it. Um, Uh, I guess I don't want to say this because in some ways I don't want this game, but I really just want to pick up Final Fantasy 13 Lightning Returns just because I've beaten the other two games in the series and
Hmm.
I have so much invested in the story already. It's just like it's kind of like watching the first two Matrix movies and not watching the last one. There's
Yeah,
just no
exactly.
point. Like I'm not gonna buy it full price, obviously, but I heard a lot of good things about the game. I heard that it's actually pretty damn hard, but it's not like cheap hard. It's legitimate hard, and I'm excited to play it. But at the same time, I'm not gonna give them all my money yet.
Yeah,
Square,
yeah.
I'm a bit iffy on you. You are hit and miss. You've made some great games. You're getting back to good games. I don't think 13 Lightning Returns is going to be as lackluster as the original 13 was, but we
Yeah.
will see. Oh shoot. I mean, obviously, there's tons of games that I want to play off the top of off the top of my head. Tons of indie games, but nothing else. It's like out that is a must
Yeah.
buy for me right now.
Uh,
So,
One other one that I actually showed you somewhat recently was a game called Lovers in a Dangerous Space Time.
oh yes,
It, I mean, I'm sure we'll have something to put up in the video for it. It's um, hard to explain, but it's like an indie game that looked like a lot of fun. You're just like piloting. It's kind of like FTL, and you're piloting a spaceship with your friend, and you have to go to each like room to use specific like guns or something. It looks a lot. It's a lot of fun. It looks like a lot of fun, and I tried it.
yeah,
And,
yep.
oh my god, it's great. No release date yet though.
Of course not. Why would things? No, we don't.
Well,
We don't
the
release things.
original release date was late 2013, but their website just says don't pay any attention to that because that changed.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I guess I guess the only other thing there's one other thing that I'm kind of waiting for. Hawken is still in early
Yeah.
access, and you can't. Oh, I am a liar. Uh, for the first couple of weeks of Hawken, you couldn't get it because they still weren't releasing it for the free to play. It is free to play, but they weren't releasing it. I've just checked the site right now, and I can go play some Hawken. I might have
Nice.
to do that. I love mechs. That's another thing, everybody. I am literally like obsessed with mecha and giant mechs of like all sorts. So when anyone actually makes a game about robots, I jump on it because I don't get a lot. They don't. That's not a popular genre. It's not
Yeah.
a popular thing to like. So whenever you get a giant robot game, you you support it. Like you buy what you can because then they know that you want more. I've been doing that a lot recently, actually, with some things. I'm gonna go off on a small tangent. Whenever I've actually liked something that's kind of niche, it's like I don't know. You don't know if you get another sequel. I will purposely support them and buy merch of all sorts of stuff, even if it's stuff that I wouldn't normally want, just to show them that there is interest in that thing.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, yeah. Well, I'm not gonna go off on a long tangent, but yeah, that's just how I'm going with that. So is
Uh,
that is that everything that everyone wants to play?
As for everything
uh,
that's out right now, I'd say so.
Hold on. If there's something I can, good. A friend of mine sent me a Kickstarter for a game that's made that it got pledged. Sorry, they got donated a lot more money than they were even asking for. It's a game called Kingdom Come Deliverance. Um, and apparently it's a medieval game that is very based on realism. If I can look at, there's a couple of features here saying like non-linear story, so you can go wherever you want. A revolutionary combat system that's supposed to be really like realistic. A lot of character and customization.
There's literally only one thing that matters: dog companion. Yes, give me that Fable. Give me that Fable.
Probably. They they were asking for 300,000 euros and got 1.1 million.
Yeah.
Wow.
They it looks beautiful if you watch the video, and it's apparently it's like supposed to be super realistic, and it's based off of real places, so all the castles and towns are supposed to be like pretty like real life. There's no dragons, so it is actually supposed to be like medieval times. So
it kind of looks like Skyrim on steroids.
It's funny you mentioned dog companion.
No, I'm on the site right now.
Oh, you are? Okay.
Yeah.
At the 1 million euro mark was dog companion in the achievement.
And dog related quests. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm
Can't
talking
go wrong with
about.
that.
No, it's really cool.
So that game, actually, that should go in our next section of games that we are excited for that aren't out yet.
Now I'm excited for it. I'm actually bookmarking this, and I'm going to.
It looks fantastic.
We should have a section, not a section, but later on, maybe after we're done recording stuff. I just want to talk about kickstarted games. That way I can look up some more. Okay, good, because I have a couple of kickstarted games I like myself.
Yeah. So I guess that should have gone in upcoming games just for the context of this podcast, but that's fine.
It's fine. Yeah, no, it's a good segue. We'll just say we're already in future games.
Right into upcoming games.
So if you got anything else, Max, any future games that you like, you can just keep on rolling.
Well, saw the trailer for Batman Arkham Knight.
It's the Joker. I'm still calling it. I refuse to believe that they will make an Arkham game and not have the Joker in it. They've lied before. They already said the Joker wasn't going to be in Origins. Guess where he was. He was in Origins. He's going to be in Arkham Knight. Not throwing down any plot spoilers.
No.
Because I'm not going to spoil any of the other games. I'm not spoiling anything. But he's going to be the Arkham Knight.
The game looked phenomenal, like the graphics, but the opening monologue was the corniest thing I've ever heard in my entire life.
Did he say "Where's Bane"?
No, I don't think it was. I don't think it was. Was it? I'm pretty sure it was his father talking.
Batman doesn't have a father. He's dead.
Well, no, prior.
Oh, yeah.
Like it was like an old quote, not current.
My son is Batman. Fantastic.
No, it was just a really corny monologue. It might not have been his father, but I'm pretty sure that's what it was. I can't remember.
Okay, well I haven't looked it up, so I can't say either way.
Yeah. One other upcoming game that actually, I'm gonna quickly mention two others. There's the Legacy of the Void StarCraft expansion, which doesn't have a lot of news except that it's supposed to come out this year.
It's gonna be hype, and you and I are gonna love the shit out of it.
And then there's also Blizzard's Heroes of the Storm.
That may need its own section, okay? Just
keep
that for later.
There's a lot to say.
That and Smash Bros. We're gonna talk about later.
And so the other one I was gonna say is Destiny from Bungie.
I'm pretty sure everyone's excited for Destiny.
Oh god, that game looks fantastic.
Yes, Halo was great. I'm already convinced these guys know how to make a universe. Just give me their new universe.
Halo was great until the fourth one. Let's be honest.
Hey, be gentle. 4 was not bad though. The campaign wasn't the best, but
the campaign felt like 20 minutes of gameplay.
Well, yeah, but the multiplayer actually had a good plot.
I think 343, since it wasn't Bungie anymore, at least they did their best to take a spin on it. Like they added their own weapons and like new stuff, but the armor just kind of looked.
The armor looked
a little
very
bad.
Yeah,
I agree. The armor was not top notch. It was a different style, obviously, but some of it looked good, and some of it was a bit too sci-fi for me. If you know what I mean.
Yeah,
like fantasy sci-fi, not just
like,
sci-fi.
and I
It
think
went nuts.
part of it, the reason I didn't like it was the same reason a lot of people don't like Call of Duty games, is that they feel so rushed. And which is funny because a friend of mine actually told me, I don't know if this is true, this is just what he told me, is that Microsoft had asked Bungie to have Halo 4 out by when it came out, and they were like, we need more time. They were like, no. And so that's why Bungie didn't end up actually doing it, because they quit. And then 343, which I think was a bunch of people from Bungie, like, set off and did it
I
themselves.
think it was some people from Bungie.
Yeah,
I
yeah, yeah.
think, yeah.
But it's just funny because like people complain that their games were rushed, and well, there you go. That's why Bungie didn't do it.
Yeah.
And I guess they took what they had and worked on Destiny.
Well,
It
either
just
way.
looks so good.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, Destiny looks phenomenal. I'm really excited for that. And I'm actually really glad that they aren't just constricted to working for Microsoft anymore, because that means a bunch of Sony people are for the first time going to get to play something that Bungie made, and they're
I
gonna like
know.
love it. That's good. That's great gameplay. And finally, Sony exclusive people are finally gonna get some of that gameplay.
Actually, because they announced Bungie at the PS4 announcement, I was
It feels
I
weird,
thought
right?
well, I thought it was gonna be PS4 only, and I was like, whoa, they're fucking not happy with Microsoft.
Going nuts, going nuts. No,
Yeah.
it's not what happened. Yeah. Have you guys both talked about games that you want to? No, it's just Max. Nick,
Yeah.
you haven't talked about games that you want to play yet, have you?
I am just holding out for Heroes and for the World of Warcraft expansion because I'm just dying waiting for them both.
I didn't know they were still doing those.
They're still doing those, and it supposedly comes out at the end of this year. It's Warlords of Draenor, and I can't wait.
Will
Everything
it be
looks
better than
great.
pandas?
They're not adding like new classes or races to it. They're just fine tuning everything that's going on, so we don't have to
I
worry
don't
about
know.
Kung Fu Panda.
I think we need a proper cat race for the furries. No, I shouldn't say it that because I actually really like the panda race.
I honestly, one of my main characters is a panda. I'm not gonna
Yeah.
lie.
It's okay.
I
No, well, I like
never
the
really
pandas
played
'cause
WoW.
they're in Warcraft 3. They were hidden. They were hidden units in Warcraft 3 that you could get. So I really like
They
them.
literally like the whole like panda idea was it was a joke at first, and like they just kind of tossed around the idea, and then they didn't have any like backstory for it or anything until they came out with the Cataclysm like expansion, which is the one before it.
Hmm.
And in the time that it took them to like just kind of play out everything they were doing with Cataclysm, they made up all of the like entire like panda lore and
There's a ton
like
of lore
the whole
too,
plot
so
lines.
good on them.
Yeah,
Like it's
they
extensive.
for being like rushed and stuff, I'd say they still put out like a pretty quality game there.
I agree. I agree. And the monk class is good.
The monk class is really really fun.
Yes,
Out of like
it's
anything else I've played, because you just like dodge, duck, dip, dive, and dodge all over the map.
the 5 Ds of monk.
I would like to point out, back to Kingdom Come Deliverance for just a sec. They said they were coming out for PC and Mac, and then hopefully Xbox One and PS4, depending on whether or not Sony and Microsoft wanted it.
Fantastic.
Yeah, it was actually just announced that Xbox One and PS4 are officially going to have it.
Oh,
So like kudos to
yes.
that guy,
Yeah.
because he left his the guy that made it left the company he worked for because he knew that he was never going to be able to make the game he wanted to make if he stayed with them. So he just made his own company, or I think he joined some other really small company. So like kudos for them because they're
Yeah,
getting
good
it
on
on
him.
Xbox and PS4. So
Well, that's something we'll have to talk about in a little bit too. Indie is quickly becoming the new way to make your game.
yeah,
AAA studios might be on their way out, guys.
people want to pull a Minecraft.
Well, dude, it's not just people wanting to. Many people are pulling
Yeah,
a
yeah.
Minecraft these days
Flappy
because
Bird.
Flappy Bird.
That's not pulling a Minecraft. That's
No,
like
not
pulling
quite.
something EA wishes it could do.
Make money.
Yeah. Oh, that's so mean. I
That's
I kind
funny.
of say that, but at the same time, EA has so many companies that I love, like under their
Yeah,
thumb, that I don't know what to do.
yeah.
BioWare, run, run! You are my favorite design studio. You're my favorite studio ever, and you're under EA. These are dark times in the kingdom. So is that all the future games that you're feeling for right now, or do you got some more?
Oh, that's pretty much it. And just Heroes needs to go into beta faster.
I get you. I get you.
Yeah.
So you guys are actually going to kind of laugh at me again. This is probably worse than Dynasty Warriors.
Oh boy.
Um, okay, you're really gonna laugh at me, and normally I agree that you might have a bit to laugh at me for, but I might end up buying this game, and you're both gonna be like, "You're fucking retarded," and you're probably right. The new expansion pack for Call of Duty Ghost.
No.
Oh no.
Predator. It's
Oh
the
no.
Predator. You get to
What?
be the in the previous expansion pack. There was a power up where it's kind of like the BioShock multiplayer where you could turn into a big daddy if you got the armor. In the
Oh.
previous expansion pack, you can become Michael Myers from the
Yeah, yeah.
Halloween
I did
movies.
see a video for that.
The
Oh,
Predator
boy.
is the new character that you get to be in the new expansion pack, and I love the Predator.
Hmm.
And
Well,
apparently the game types are actually pretty good. Now, if I got the game, I can assure you it wouldn't just be me playing deathmatch. I would probably only be playing these special map
yeah.
types. So,
Well,
yeah,
I mean, I did see the Michael Myers one, and it seemed really neat. And at least they're trying things that are different.
I'm interested. I seriously am.
When my roommate got his PS4, they Best Buy and Future Shop did a little thing where you could like trade in any like then current gen, like any Xbox 360 or PS3 game, and just you could get a copy of Battlefield 4, Call of Duty Ghosts, or Assassin's Creed 4 for the Xbox or PS4 for free. Well, not really for free, but you trade in these games. But that's way more worth it. Like you could trade in some shitty PS3 game, some
Mm-hmm.
fucking like uh, Tetris game or something, and then just play.
Hey,
Um,
now be gentle.
well, no,
It's not
Tetris is fine, but who's gonna
it's not
pay
the
60 bucks
20th.
for a Tetris?
Is it the 20th
Here's
anniversary
Madden
of Tetris?
2010.
But
Still better than
so
Madden
he
14.
unfortunately he was able to get Battlefield 4 for PC, but the only PS4 games left were Call of Duty Ghosts, so he ended up getting it. And that game looks like fucking
Oh,
garbage.
fun fact!
Now hold
Fun fact! I have an FF for you. It's the 30th anniversary of Tetris.
Oh, well shit. Good for you,
Just
Tetris.
yeah.
Keep on stacking.
I, before I go back into what we were saying,
Mhm.
do you know who made Tetris?
Yes. This Russian PC game designer. I can
I was
actually look his
actually
name up real quick. It's
just
just one
talking about it
guy.
last night or
Here.
no, not last night. Sorry, I was just talking about it like a couple hours ago with my girlfriend.
It is Alexei Pajitnov of the Soviet Union. That's right. It was the USSR back then.
Good for him.
He worked for a computing company and the Academy of Science in
Oh,
Moscow. So
thank you, Alexei, for
yeah,
your for Tetris.
exactly.
But Ghosts, like from far away from the wall looks nice. When you go right up to the wall, the texture was so poorly detailed. It looked like early gen PS2. And I was like,
Oh.
oh god. And the fire, this is so nitpicky. This is so fucking nitpicky because it's not even the gameplay that I'm complaining about. The fire was 2D. It was two-dimensional. It looked like it was like when you I remember playing the old Fear games, Fear 2, I think specifically. You go
I
into
love
like a
that game.
classroom and there was a
I love
projector
that
going up on the
game.
screen. And you know how in a game you see a projector and it's clearly 2D and it's like looking like that? That's what the fire looked like in Call of Duty Ghosts. That's so nitpicky, but goddamn, that's so fucking lazy. Regardless, the gameplay wasn't really that bad. I mean, it was just typical Call of Duty, except playing as the dog was so stupid.
Oh yeah, the dog. I forgot
Press
about the
X to
dog.
bark.
Woof. Sorry, I
Oh, what a
pressed the X
joke,
button.
man! My God.
Yeah, well, I liked. On the other hand, my brother did pick it up when the game came out. My little brother picked it up, and we played a couple rounds of it. The one thing I really did like about the dog is that you can stick it on campers. You know, someone sitting in the corner,
Yep.
you send in a dog and you rush them. If you
Yep.
know they're there, they may kill your dog. Chances are they're not killing you too. If you're anywhere competent at an
Yeah.
FPS. So
Even with Call of Duty a game that I haven't really liked since Modern Warfare 2, there's still fun to be had.
yeah, yeah, exactly. I mean, there's always fun to be had. They rarely screw up the mechanics these days. It's just, are they adding anything
It's because
new?
they copy and paste the mechanics from
All the
everything.
coding, literally, is just two computers, and he's like, which bit of this do you want to take over to the next game, boss? Just select all, copy paste.
Guys,
Yeah.
how do I erase Black Ops and type ghosts?
Yeah, I don't know. That's a little bit too much work. You might
I,
just want to leave the
It,
title.
we have been able to
it'll
do that
cost you
since Big Red
$50
won.
to do so.
we have,
No, but they add stuff.
yeah,
We can't be that mean. I mean, obviously we're taking this to extremes, but they do
yeah,
add stuff to the games.
yeah.
I mean, we're not sitting here making fun of Madden right now, which we probably have more of a reason to make fun of because the football games I know add less than the Call of Duty
Yeah.
games do on a yearly basis.
I
That's
would
the
say
issue
that
with
even
sports
like,
games.
yeah, I'd say even like Call of Duty innovates more than like NHL does. Like they're
Yeah, they come out with the
literally.
same game
now,
every single time.
I won't let you talk
Now,
bad about hockey though.
hold on. I really enjoy I enjoy the tennis games. I enjoy FIFA and I enjoy NHL. It's just it's more so with NHL I think than FIFA. But with NHL, every time that it's released, it's just kind of like, well, you changed fighting a little. All
Well,
right.
those you gotta have them fight mechanics. Gotta
Yeah.
have them fight mechanics.
Like I remember the NHL games before 2007 was the first one that came out for PS3, but it was also out for PS2, which I actually didn't know was out for PS3 until a couple months ago, because I had it for PS2. But like the games between those, like every time it changed, there was a lot of changes and like everything changed. I don't think the graphics, to be honest, from '08 to like 13 really changed all that much. They're just kind of glossy and
Well,
look
they probably ran
plastic.
them in the same
Yeah, yeah.
engine.
Oh, it's absolutely the same. It's just it's kind of the same like Call of Duty thing that like you, I don't know, gotta improve something.
Well, the
Like
roster's new.
yeah,
Yeah,
they update the
you
rosters.
you pay for a new roster.
Although
Well,
you
to
can do
be
that
fair,
online.
well, yeah, you can
Yeah.
update that. But to be fair, to look at everyone's stats and to make the game as balanced as it is, whoever has to sit there and pluck out like everyone, like what's this guy's passing rating or
Yeah,
how
yeah.
good is this goalie blocking from this side, like some of that I agree.
Man, how
But
bad would you feel to be a player in the NHL and then see your low ass rating in the game and be like, "Wow, what the fuck, man?"
I hope it inspires you to not be
Yeah,
that
you're
bad.
like, "I'm in the fucking NHL, you dick."
Yeah, you're the worst of the best. Congrats.
Yeah,
You're getting paid to be bad, so
yeah.
smile, bitch. Uh, right, any other future games you want to play, or oh no, this is on me. That's right. I was talking about the
Yeah.
expansion pack. Jeez, I forgot that it was me who was talking about games.
Come on, man.
Ghost put us on. Hey, Ghost put everyone on a tangent. Leave it to Call of Duty to get everyone talking about hockey.
Yeah.
Okay, let's talk about another game that I think you guys will actually be excited for as well. The new Aliens game coming out. Like, Aliens, the survival horror one. No guns or anything. You're just surviving.
Oh, that'd be sweet.
Completely horror themed. You play as Ripley's daughter.
The only like gameplay I've seen from any of that is I watched the last one come out. I remember buying it when like I was visiting you and seeing the gameplay there, and it actually looked really fun. So
Pretty damn hype. So, you know the new Alien game coming out? Everyone should be excited for that. Oh yeah, Samurai Warriors 4 is coming out pretty soon. Kind of excited for that.
All right.
I was really excited for Samurai Warriors 4. Dynasty Warriors Gundam 4 comes out over here pretty soon. So that's Dynasty Warriors with giant mechs in it. Pretty much my dream game.
Yeah,
I'm excited
double
for that.
whammy.
Let's see, what is it? Is it Darklight? Is that the kind of horror game coming out on the next gen systems with like mutants and like a post-apocalyptic deal?
I don't know.
Here, I'm gonna give that a
Yeah.
quick. No, I'm not getting anything for it. Well, let's forget I said that for now. But there's a horror-ish game coming out for the next gen consoles. I can't remember the name of it now. The other game that I'm really excited for is The Evil Within, which is another great horror game.
Oh yeah.
Hopefully, and that's by the original like director behind the early Resident Evil games. I think like 1, 2, and 3.
Boy.
It's the guy who did like those, and he's so pissed off that survival horror is so dumb now that he's like, I'm gonna make a scary game, and I'm gonna show everyone how they're supposed to do it again, so that I can retire in peace. Good on you, man. Good. I don't know if he's actually gonna retire, but I knew he was not very happy with how horror games are these days.
Did you play Outlast at all?
Me, yes, I've played Outlast. That's why I haven't played it for the channel. Yes, because I've beaten it. That's why I'm not playing it for the channel. That game is good.
Maybe we shouldn't get into talking about the story then.
No, probably not.
No, we can talk about that separately.
Yeah, maybe a spoiler.
It's a good game. I'll just say I didn't love the ending, but other than that,
well, of course not. You will never love that ending. I loved it.
No.
I loved hating it. I loved hating the ending. That's exactly what I was expecting to happen, and it happened.
I knew it was going to happen, and I was like, don't do it. Anyway, that's all we'll say about that.
After meeting the creepy doctor and having things happen to you, there was no way I didn't see that ending happening anymore.
Exactly.
Yeah, so that's good. That's good. We'll make Dick play that for the channel.
Yeah.
By himself.
The game fucking.
It's a good game. No, they did well. Yeah.
It's spooky.
Is that all we have for like the future games that we feel like playing?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, good. I mean, obviously, tons of other games and junk, but those are the big ones.
Yeah.
I guess we can kind of pop down into like video games / entertainment news. Do you guys have any, headline things? Actually, in case you're thinking about one, I actually have a bit of news that I shared with Nick a little bit ago. In the new Star Wars 7, the actor who played Chewbacca is going to reprise his role. He's going to be Chewbacca again. Same guy.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, great, right? Fantastic.
That's pretty cool. How old is he?
They're probably getting up there in age. He's got to be around the same age as like Mark Hamill, Harrison Ford.
Yeah.
Carrie Fisher, all of them. They're all getting up there a bit. But all three of them are going to be in the movie as well, in case anyone didn't know. So that's cool as well.
They mentioned the newer characters are all going to be like no-name actors.
Yeah, that's the best thing. That's exactly what the original trilogy did. Yes, that's what 4, 5, and 6 did. Lucas was just like, I don't want big name guys, just a bunch of new guys, and that's what they did, and it was great, and that's what I wanted them to do this time, and I'm happy they did. That's the one thing that the episodes 1, 2, and 3 didn't do. They filled the movie with a bunch of big name actors.
Well, I don't think they were big name at the time. Like
Natalie Portman was pretty big.
Well, Natalie maybe.
Ewan McGregor. Snakes off my motherfucking plane was pretty big.
Okay, Samuel L. Jackson. Yeah, but how can you not have Samuel L. Jackson in your
What
movie?
are you talking about? I would have had Morgan Freeman. If you wanted a black Jedi, you should have just got Morgan Freeman. There is no other excuse.
But I don't know. Ewan McGregor wasn't too huge at the time.
Kinda though, and what wasn't Hayden Christensen? Wasn't he hot off of a movie as well?
I think he had
gotten like one big role prior to that.
I think it was some movie where he was like in a fucking hospital and he was sleeping. Was it called Awake or something? Did that come after? I don't remember.
You know what?
Shit. It was something awful. He sucks.
All I know is after Star Wars, he went into the movie Jumper, and
I like that movie. Be
Yeah.
gentle. Be gentle.
okay,
I think the idea of that movie was good.
Well,
I
yeah,
didn't
the
okay,
idea was
totally
great,
yes.
love.
but
I think the idea of the movie was good, and there were sections that were great. But the whole thing didn't exactly mesh.
and
Yeah.
once again, somebody's filming a movie, so cast Samuel Jackson in it.
No, he should just be Nick Fury for the rest of forever. He's such a good Nick Fury.
I agree with
Yep.
that for sure.
Oh yes, just
I'm
don't make him a Jedi.
not 100%. I didn't really know who Liam Neeson was before Star Wars, but
But
I
he
know
was
he was
big.
he was
before
active.
That
Yeah.
doesn't count because he was big before Star Wars.
I mean, was he big in North America or Ireland?
You know, I don't know. He's always I don't know. He's very important to me, but only because I played Fallout 3.
Man,
Having
still love
having
that
Liam
movie.
Neeson as my dad was a pretty intense experience.
I still loved the Phantom Menace. I don't even care.
Yeah, no, I don't hate the original 3 movies or the chronologically first 3 movies.
I didn't.
I do not hate them. I think they're okay. I think they're all right. I don't think they ruin the series, but I don't think they're anywhere near as good or as strong as 4, 5, and 6.
Oh, then I won't mention that Phantom Menace is my favorite Star Wars movie.
That's okay. There's nothing wrong. You're allowed to have that as your favorite movie.
Well, yeah. And
I-
people always complain that it's boring, but I think the only reason it's boring is because it's the first.
Yeah, they set up a lot of junk.
It
but
has
it had
to
pod
set up
racing.
a lot of stuff.
It had pod
Yeah.
racing and Liam Neeson. It was good.
And
It had some good.
as
It had
bad as
Jar
the-
Jar, tons of Jar Jar.
Oh
As
god,
bad
Jar
as the
Jar.
kid playing Anakin was, he's still better Anakin than Hayden Christensen.
Yeah, well,
True.
that's why 2 and 3 were as good. But I loved the war scenes in 2 and 3. Anytime it was a ton of clones against the droids, I thought those sections were fantastic.
Well, the in episode 1, one of my favorite parts is how they have the 3-way battle going. Like there's the space battle with Anakin, and then there's the Qui-Gon fight with Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon against Darth Maul, and then you have the Naboo against the droids. It's just so cool.
Man, how differently would have the series turned out if Liam Neeson had lived in the Darth Maul fight and he had been the one to train Anakin?
Oh, that would have been great.
How much would that have changed anything? Probably.
I bet people have written fanfics.
Fanfics? Yeah.
Fanfiction.
What DC does it? What, we don't like our universe? Fine, let's just make an alternate reality where the one mistake we made plot wise didn't happen.
That'd be
Star
interesting.
Wars do it. Yeah, I agree. Can that be a thing? Can we have alternate universe Darth Vader versus Darth Vader of now?
Yes.
That would be cool.
Have they discussed what the 7th is going to be about?
I don't remember. I don't know what canon they're going off of. Do the books still count? Are they overriding of the book canon? Because in book canon, I think one of Luke's kids become a Sith, one of his kids isn't, and Boba Fett is in it a ton. Boba Fett is in a ton
really
of stuff.
I hope they stick with that because Boba Fett.
Yeah, I think
He's a boss.
Luke at least had a daughter and a son, and I'm pretty sure the daughter becomes a Sith or a dark side, because I don't know if you can be a Sith after all the other Sith are dead. And then the other one is like a good guy. And I believe that Boba Fett actually trains the good one, and they do some kind of big mission thing.
That's interesting.
And then Boba restores his entire race. He gets the Mandalorians back up to kick-ass status, and it's just good. I love Boba Fett, so
Another
that happens.
movie news.
Mm-hmm.
I wanna ask. This is a 2-pronged question. The first
Yes,
part,
I am excited for Godzilla.
what do you think of the first Spider-Man movie? Not the Amazing Spider-Man, the one with Tobey Maguire.
Now, or what did I think about it when I saw it when I was a little kid?
Both, I guess.
I loved them. I loved the 3 movies when I was younger. But going back and watching them and then becoming the comic book fan that I am now, becoming the knowledgeable comic book fan that I am now, I do not like Tobey Maguire as Spider-Man. He is not
I
snarky, or he's like sad, soft. Let me love you tenderly, Spider-Man. Like
yeah,
Perfectly described.
he's gonna web sling me caringly.
I mean, I'm gonna defend it only in the sense because the first Spider-Man is genuinely my favorite superhero movie. Um,
Hmm.
I will say, like, people have always like they read a book. Like it happened after I saw that the Hunger Games with my friends. They had
Still
read the
haven't watched
book and
that
then they
yet.
saw the movie. Well, I haven't seen the second, just the first.
I haven't seen any of them
But
because I'm waiting to read the books because
uh,
I'm lazy.
they so they all read the books, and then after we were talking about the movie, and they were just like, "Oh, this was changed, and this was changed, and this was stupid." But people always seem to forget that it's a movie adaptation.
And you
It's
can't fit
not
everything.
like,
I agree.
yeah, they don't say this is word for word, and sometimes the
Well,
movie
I don't
does
know.
it better.
Harry Potter did
Oh,
that though. The final Harry Potter
yeah.
movies pretty much became word for word, and The Hobbit. People are saying The Hobbit is getting really good at fitting everything in and then adding even more stuff.
The Hobbit fitted in. It was just a shitty movie. I'll be honest.
Oh,
Well,
hey,
It,
hey,
oh.
hey.
Okay, the first one was
Opinions.
not a shitty. The first one wasn't a
the
shitty
first one
movie.
was good.
Opinions.
The second one was
We're talking about what the
garbage.
desolation of smog now? Is that what we're talking
Yeah,
about?
the Desolation of Smog, I did not enjoy it.
We don't we
I
don't
I
we don't
was
like it?
groaning. I was groaning the entire time.
What
I
didn't we like?
I didn't like the like love story between the elf and
No, me
the
neither.
like. What is that? Where did that come from? That's not.
I don't
Oh,
like the
okay.
design of the dwarves in general. I think they just look like hobbits to me. Some of
Oh,
Yeah,
them,
I
like Keely
love
and Keely.
dwarves. I loved well, but they're
Well,
supposed to
yeah.
be young
Those
dwarves.
were the two
no,
that
I know
looked
it's
like
just
superhuman like too.
Yeah.
yeah, I guess. I just don't like the
Well,
design because I guess they're all supposed to be very distinct.
hmm
I just think it takes away and some of them just kind of like I mean, I know they're not real, but they really don't look real to me.
yeah. Okay.
Like Gimli looked completely like believable.
But he was like the only dwarf we saw throughout the entire three Lord of the Rings movies.
He was
For the
definitely the
most
only one
part,
that's he
it
was
was
like the only one that
pretty much
spoke.
him. Yeah, he was like
But
you kind of saw the council a bit, and sometimes you saw a dwarf or two in the background. But it was not a dwarf-centric movie. This is literally about
no,
the future of the dwarven race. We
yeah,
have to
they
have dwarves in it.
but I there was just so much I can't really remember. There's a lot of stuff that like that's probably way past my mind now.
Well, was there anything that
Uh
was good? Did we like anything in
oh,
it?
the way the dragon worked was really cool.
I like
I
him. I
like
like Smaug. I think
there was
Smaug overall was very good.
Yeah,
there was one line he said when he comes out of the cave though that it was just it was such a stupid line when he's just like I
Well,
am fire.
I bet you that's word for word from the book, though, which is why it
Oh,
seems
I don't
dated.
doubt.
That's probably why the line
Yeah.
seems awkward and dated because, again, it was written in like 1920.
No, I just think it sounds dumb.
Oh, you're a dragon. Well, what would you do if you were an old dragon who later
Well,
was
I
in
don't know.
gold for 100
Uh,
years?
there are a couple things.
You'd go batshit.
When he is encased, or not encased, sorry, when the gold pours on him.
yeah.
Actually, that's not what I'm going to say.
Oh, the
Oh,
statue
Because that's not
melting,
the
yeah.
bit.
That was a cool
The
part.
statue, it was
There's-
cool, but the statue would not have stayed as solid as it did if it wasn't actually solid.
Dwarf gold! It's
For that
dwarven
long.
gold!
But
Yeah,
another
man, I
thing
don't
was
know.
like he didn't explain his plan to anyone,
But they
and
all
they
did
all
it
just kind of
perfectly.
like,
It's
yeah,
a, come on, it's a
and he
movie.
fucking well, I know it's a movie, but I just get so frustrated when things work out like that because he got in a minecart and started sliding in molten gold. And the minecart would have heated up and destroyed him. But other than that, he goes down a corridor that he does not know where it leads to. He just like goes down and he's like, well, this might lead into a pit of gold, maybe. Who knows? Let's find out. So he just goes in fucking blind into that. That was dangerous as hell. But I don't know, there's just a lot of stuff that frustrates me.
Well, that's
It
silly
doesn't need
though.
to be as
With
long
that
as it
part,
was.
you could say the same exact thing about the final moments of the third Lord of the Rings movie when Frodo's just
Yeah.
like, "Fuck
Yeah.
all of you. I'm going to keep the ring." If he wouldn't have gotten attacked, he would not have thrown the ring away.
Yeah.
Literally, one
Yeah.
event saves the entire movie. A bad guy
I
acting on
know.
personal greed saves everything, and the good guy
See-
shits on everyone.
Yeah.
That whole movie
Um,
is saved by a cheap, stupid moment. So at the same time, it works both ways. It works a ton of ways.
I find them. I just found them a little. I know The Hobbit was like a kid's book, but I just found them kind of.
You see, that's the issue. That's why a bunch of new stuff has been added, and it's been made a little bit more adult-like. But then they keep the kid stuff in too. So some of the moments are a little more childish, and then it kind of jars with the serious stuff that's been added later.
Yeah.
But I still like it. Like I really like the
Yeah, it's
the
understandable.
whole pirate town thing, like the whole town on like water stilts. I love that whole section for some reason. The whole
That
like
part was
town on the
cool,
lake.
too.
I thought
That
it had a
brings
good
it more
design.
to. It was a really nice design. That brings me to more of the stuff that's kind of like they just kind of happened to choose the right house and found them, and then the elves like just happened to get like find the right like orcs, and I was like, it's too convenient.
Tobey Maguire just happened to get bit by the one radioactive spider that snuck out of the cage
Not that that's
instead of
necessarily
Norman
a bad thing.
Osborn.
I will say, like, for the Spider-Man movies, though, the only, like, redeeming factor that they have
Sorry about that.
is
Doc Ock being great.
their casting for all of
their
the villains.
Their villain casting was fantastic.
Everything but Venom. Sorry.
But even that was a good actor.
Oh, we're back on Spider-Man?
Yeah,
we're
I
back
jumped
on
back to
Spider-Man villains.
Spider-Man.
They picked a good actor for him. So I feel Topher Grace. Topher Grace he's a great actor, and I still think he's a good Eddie Brock. Like I still think he's a good Eddie Brock. I just don't think that Venom was done right. They could have changed it a bit.
Yeah, I don't like how they did him very much.
But I still think that he would have been a great if the Venom was done right. That I still wouldn't mind Topher Grace as Eddie Brock to this day.
I know people always mock the whole like dark Spider-Man part of that with
we're talking about the emo dance.
Tobey Maguire.
But
the thing is, the reason I thought it was the reason I liked it because it's supposed to be funny. Like it wasn't like he was genuinely supposed to be seen as some edgy guy. I don't think that was what they were going for. Maybe I'm wrong, but that's how I see it.
I actually heard. I'm gonna stop you and add a bit here. I actually heard that Sam Raimi, I think that's how you say his last name, was pushed to put Venom into the movie. That he did not want to put Venom in the movie, so he purposely added. That's why Venom is not as good as he could be because he just wanted to be like a Sandman and fucking the New Goblin. And he wasn't allowed to. He had to shoehorn Venom into it. So he added a bunch of stupid scenes revolving around the symbiote just to make the movie stupid. And that's what a lot of people say that whole emo scene with him and dancing and emo hair is strictly because he wanted to piss everyone at the company off for forcing him to put the whole Venom thing in there. Yeah.
I believe it.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that's true, but that's what people say.
The reason I had asked originally of whether or not you like those ones is because I wanted to know what you thought about the Amazing Spider-Man.
Yeah, I don't mind those either. Hipster Spider-Man's okay. I'll take Hipster Spider-Man.
I never saw the whole first one.
He is a modern Spider-Man. I still don't think he's true. Yeah. I don't think he's the 100% Peter Parker experience that I would like. He's a good take. He's kind of like a Dark Batman that we got for the past 3 movies. It's just another version. It's kind of like it. Then they changed some stuff.
I don't prefer it. I didn't think it was necessarily bad. It's just not the way I liked it.
I don't know if they picked a good villain for the first one. I don't know if Lizard Man is good enough to carry a movie by himself. He's a good villain.
He's a better good
The
guy,
next
though.
movie has fucking Electro and motherfucking Green Goblin and the motherfucking Rhino and Paul Giamatti is Rhino.
Electro looks so bad.
I'll say a couple things.
Hey, now Jamie Foxx.
I'll say a couple things. The
fantastic
actor that is playing, Harry Osborn is awful. Have you seen Chronicle?
Yeah, it's the
Yes.
emo kid from Chronicle, right? That kills
Chronicle
everyone.
was a really cool movie, except for him. He just was
Yeah.
really
Yeah.
weak and really whiny, and
Well,
I
that's because
don't
he was
think
the plot. He
it's
was
hard.
literally the
Okay, yeah,
plot.
yeah,
If
yeah,
there
yeah.
was any
I know that.
confrontation in that movie, it was because he caused it.
Yeah,
That's why him and his dad were in there.
he just
That's it.
he, but and maybe it's not fair to him that I'm saying he's gonna do poorly. But when I compare him to like James Franco, it's hard to
Well,
see
it's
anyone else as
come on. This is James
yeah,
Franco. I think James Franco was great for that movie too. I
yeah, of
loved him
course.
as Harry Osborn. That is a
Yeah,
hard
me
thing to
too.
live up to, especially since they didn't go as big name actor in this. Not
Yeah,
necessarily. In some ways they did, but at the same time, I don't think the actors are as star caliber or as notorious, I don't know, as the previous ones were. It's just a little less star power
yeah.
this time. Except for Emma
I
Stone. That was a good choice. Emma Stone is
Yeah,
Yeah.
sweet.
yeah. But the reason that the second one, first of all, I'll say, it just looks like it's too focused on the action. And the reason I like Spider-Man is because it's a very, you'd think it's the same reason I like Batman, even though I'm still not a huge fan of Batman. I like the action, but I also like very the personal story. Like
Mm-hmm.
I like the Spider-Man movies because it's a lot of like it wasn't just like the whole movie wasn't him being like, "Oh, I better go kill this bad guy." It was a lot of him like dealing with becoming Spider-Man and like his like fucking Uncle Ben dying and like that's the kind of stuff I like. I don't know what this one has, obviously. It just looks like it's too actiony for me, and that's not my thing.
Well, another issue
Um.
is that I've noticed is that not an issue per se, but I think that they aren't doing the traditional like real like regular universe Spider-Man. A lot of the stuff looks like it's from Ultimate Spider-Man, which is a
Yeah,
slightly
yeah.
different story, and it's changed a lot of stuff. And I've noticed that, and I think that they're doing more Ultimate Spider-Man than they are regular Spider-Man.
The reason I had also brought up Hunger Games as well, and people comparing the book. Oh, well, this is what I was going to say too when we were talking about The Hobbit. Um, sometimes the movie does something better than the book did, but people loved the book so much that they can't focus on the fact that it might be better. They just think, oh, it's changed, so it's worse. That kind
Mm-hmm.
of bugs me when people kind of do that. They look at it too objectively. Um, but people when the Amazing Spider-Man came out, people were like going on and on about how way more accurate it was to the books. It's more accurate to some of the books, but the Tobey Maguire one is more accurate to some of the other books. But aside from that, it was just kind of like, well, why does it have to be the book? If you want it to be the book, then read the book. I
True,
could
it's true.
understand like you want your favorite book to become live, like that's cool. Like not everything has to be identical. Like
Mm-hmm.
it's an adaptation. There's so much Spider-Man stuff. How can you can't do everything?
I think they should do the plot line where Doc Ock replaces Peter Parker's body and he's controlling Spider-Man the whole time. That's a good plot.
I didn't know that was the thing.
That's current Spider-Man. Literally, current Spider-Man
Shit.
died, and Doc Ock took over his body. And Doc Ock's like, "Whoa, actually, I'm Spider-Man now. I think I'm just
That's
gonna
so
kill people."
weird.
He's
Yeah.
just like part of like Peter's consciousness. Like they kind of meld, but it's mostly Doc Ock's personality with a portion of Peter's morals. So he's like,
Hmm.
I feel the need to do some good, but then he calls people like imbecile and like knave, and he like calls
I
people
think
like silly things, and he kills people. He kills villains now, like shoots them in the head.
yeah.
Great.
I think the actor who played Doctor Octopus in the second one was really good. It's
I
funny
Yeah,
was
no, that's a good
really well
choice.
how good
done.
the actors are.
Too
The
bad they're
only
not going to use
I
any of the villains from the first trilogy except for Venom and Green Goblin.
you, they
it's a
really
Probably.
shame
like
though that sorry.
for the second
Go ahead.
one with like that like on that tangent of like that like actor playing it, the only thing they did wrong was making it basically seem like the only reason that he was doing bad things is because he was being mind controlled by the like arms.
That's the
That was
thing.
yeah.
It was too short a movie for them to get the whole character development because it was kind of like, oh, he's a really good guy. Oh shit, his
Well,
his
that's
wife
the
died,
issue.
and
Yeah,
he
they made a tragic Doc Ock instead of a maniacal villain Doc Ock.
and like it was too quick. Like I liked how they did it if it was longer, because it was just kind of like, oh, your wife died. Oh, your son thing is being canceled. Oh, your arms are alive. Oh, let's create another son. Let's kill shit. And then all of a sudden, wait, no, this is wrong. And it all happened in the span of an hour and
Yeah,
like 20
yeah,
minutes, and it's just kind of
yeah.
like,
You went
eh,
from like good to kind of bad to super bad to really good
yeah,
all in an hour and a half. I agree.
yeah.
uh, anyone else got anything entertainment, news, tangent related?
Not really.
No.
No, I think
Not in terms of like movies or new stuff.
Gotcha. Well, you ready for this next
Except for
topic? You kind of like this
oh
next
yes,
boy.
topic.
yes,
Is your body ready?
always.
Smash Bros.
Oh god.
Oh, we're all
Let
excited.
me just
Everyone's
fucking.
excited.
I'm gonna pull up the page.
Yeah. I'm getting tingles. So we're gonna start this off with something that these two already know. I'm a little nervous. My favorite character, Mr. Game and Watch, still not officially announced. A little nervous.
It'll come soon.
I
I
hope so.
think it'll
Bacon.
happen.
I gotta flip the bacon.
The bacon and the chance hammer.
Good shot. Chance Hammer, I'm all
Uh,
nines. I roll nines all day, bitches. My RNG
I
is phenomenal. I'm Irish,
my favorite
so fuck
thing
all you.
that I actually hadn't known this for quite a while is that if you use up A in the air, it projects them upwards,
Mm-hmm.
and it's just such a funny ability because like people won't see it coming and they'll try to jump over me and then I'll just like push some people sometimes. Oh, it's just it's cool.
Yeah, I agree. Let's see what else. I'm really excited for
And
Mega Man. Classic Mega Man is going to be great.
That yeah, Mega
His
Man is by
playstyle.
far like the character that I want to play the
I don't know.
most.
Sonic, gotta go fast.
Okay, but Sonic's already been in the game. Like
Yeah,
I
I
had
know.
my like
yeah,
Sonic hype for Brawl, and now I
Yeah.
just
I'm
can't
excited
yeah.
for
wait.
balance. I think Sonic is going to be more
Actually,
balanced, but so I'm excited for
yeah.
that. Because they've already said they're
I
tweaking Sonic's moveset, and I think that they've realized that making the guest characters slightly better than all the other characters kind of pisses everyone off. So hopefully that's remedied.
I among Mega Man, Wii Fit Trainer, Villager, Rosalina and Luma, and Little Mac. Who's your
Oh,
favorite
Little Mac.
new addition?
Yes, I honestly got to go with Little Mac. I really think he's going to be the best to play as.
I'm
I think
still
he's a
like
good character. Go
I was gonna say I'm still on that Mega Man like hype train. Like
on.
that's going all the
I'm
way.
on Mega Man. I'm the same as you because he's just got such a perfect idea for this game. Like his whole franchise is about getting different powers. Um, Little Mac will be a good character. I think he's just going to be kind of boring to me. Like he's just going to be pretty basic,
I'm just
just because
excited
he's kind of a
because that
brawler.
they threw him in there because Japan always gets weird, like unique characters, and Nintendo's like, let's pick a character that people in the U.S. actually like, and they went strictly with Little
Yeah,
Mac. People in Japan, a lot of people don't even know who Little Mac is because Punch Out never
yeah.
got popular over there. It's the same with Metroid. A lot of people don't know who Samus is because Nintendo makes Metroid for the U.S.
Hmm.
There's a little fun fact.
I think one thing I hope
Some
that they
people in
do.
there
Oh, go
don't
ahead.
know who Samus is. Isn't that ridiculous?
And it
Yeah,
seems like it's such a
pretty
staple.
strange.
But it's only a staple over here to Western audiences. It never caught on over there. Metroid never got big in Japan. Is that nuts or what?
Metroid also
If
did
there's
that
one
one dumb
thing,
thing.
The baby.
Oh, you go, you go.
oh, if there's one thing I want in this game, it's when you play Kirby, you're pink, but you change the color and you're yellow or you're fucking blue or you're green. I want that for or Yoshi. Yoshi does the exact same thing. I want that for all the characters like that. Like in Project M for Melee or for Brawl, that's you can change Sonic's color. You can change him to green. You can change him to red. Like it changes his actual color instead of doing a tint like Brawl did. The same thing goes with like the Pokemon, since they took Pokemon Trainer and separated all the three Pokemon, you can change their colors. You can change it to fucking like purple or orange or whatever for any of them. And I think that's how they should do it for characters like that who are a solid color. And like I guess Pikachu not as much. Like I do like the hats for Pikachu
I
and
think the
for
hacks
like
for Pikachu and
Jigglypuff.
Jigglypuff are good. I agree.
Yeah,
I
that's
think I
gotta
think
stay.
Yeah.
one should be a shiny. One of their things should
I
just
agree.
be their shiny Pokemon version,
I
and then
think
the rest hats.
if this game, if there was more create or customization in these games, it should be like Pikachu can change its base color or change the hat
Well, you
or
did
both.
see,
So you could be a blue Pikachu.
that the 3DS is supposed to add customizing characters. That's
Oh, that'd
one
be
of the
so
features.
great.
The feature was listed as you will be able to customize characters and upload them to your Wii U version. I don't know what
Ugh.
customizing means, but that is the functionality between the two systems that has
I
been
think
announced.
I've
Specifically,
never
they need
heard
to have a
that.
more costume-based system.
here,
And if
I'm going
Mega
to look that
Man
up right
can't
now.
look like fucking Zero, I'm gonna be pissed off.
Yeah, I'm going to go to the Super Smash Brothers wiki right now. So
I
let's.
honestly think I might be one of the only people that are excited to play Wii Fit Trainer, though.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you're
No,
like
she looks fun.
alone there. No, she's okay. Like I'm gonna play as her and stuff, but I would rather play as the villager.
I think she's going to be
They
a
show her.
really good
They show
character.
her Smash. They show her Smash in the video. It looks like a 10,000 times better version of Mario's from Brawl.
Nice. Well, I'm sure they'll give Mario a
It
different
looks
one
pretty
then.
OP. Oh, I really
I
hope so.
I would love
We
to
already know
see
it's
like a
Flood's
lot of
back in.
characters with like new smashes. Even
Me too.
I'd like
think
to see
I
Sonic
think
and
they need to
Pikachu's
have
like
more.
separated.
You mean too? Sonic's was fucking such bullshit.
Oh yeah.
Although
Okay.
his made sense. Pikachu's
Yeah.
didn't.
Yeah. All right. I got you. I'm gonna. This is a direct quote from the Smash Bros. Wiki. The 3DS and Wii U versions will not have cross-platform play due to the use of different stages in each version. However,
Oh,
it would appear that the customizable character function can be transferred to and from each version. There are
that's cool. I
customizable
still don't
characters.
like the.
What does that
I
mean?
don't like the non-ability to. I don't like the idea that some of them have maps that the others don't. I think that's just kind of a ploy to
Entirely
get
different
people to
maps.
buy
They
both.
literally have entirely. They don't share maps at
Yeah, that's what
all.
like. That's
That's
what
close.
kind of
Two different
bugs me.
games.
Is they
Like
like
at
it's
all.
Two
kind
different games. No,
yeah, but
they
But what
I
both.
about
feel like
They
it's a thing that they're just like, we
well.
want you to buy both our things
They both even
and
get different
two
versions of
copies for the game.
Battlefield. Like
Yeah, I was gonna say, what about your staples like
no,
Battlefield and Final
even
Destination? Because
they
like,
even look different, and I think they probably play a bit. Well, they can't play different. It's always the
That's
same
upsetting.
setup, but
yeah,
they
like
look different.
I guess
I don't
as
like
long
that.
as there's no like big difference between them, it's okay. Because I mean, like competitive wise, then let's say like the map is better on the 3DS. Well, you're not gonna see them competing on 3DS.
Yeah,
No.
So I don't know.
I agree.
I
Well,
think for Smashes, I wish they would have them more characters have more interactive ones, if that's the word I'm looking for. Like, I don't like Olimar's. It's just hit B and you go up in a spaceship and hit
Same
people.
with
Like,
Pit.
it's just
well,
kind of like
yeah.
I I don't like the ones that are press B to win.
I
And
would
it's not that I don't mean
Yeah.
win as like you win the game, but like you know what I mean. Like
Yeah.
you get Luigi's where you have to actually trap someone in it. You get like
Yeah.
Links where you actually have to hit
Yeah,
someone.
you have DKs where it doesn't work.
DK's is great. I don't care what you say.
I like it, but it makes
Zelda's
me
a big one
laugh.
too.
But they're pulling
Um,
hard into niche gaming with DKs. Like no one plays a fucking bongo game.
Yeah.
No
Nobody
one.
there's
bought that.
two.
People bought it, but they regretted it.
The King DDD one. I like it because you're able to avoid it, and it's not just like. Actually, it's kind of the same as Pits, to be honest.
But dumbed down
like
a bit. Yeah.
yeah, and it's not like oh well you're gonna hit us like Olimar. It's like, oh, we get to avoid it. I just wish the person using it had a little more control on what it did.
Well, I wish that the final smashes, I wish it was a more improved system. I kind of wish it would kind of like take like the Street Fighter thing, and that you could get different levels of smashes, collect more than one,
Yeah,
get
I
a more
agree.
OP
That's
version,
kind of
so
like
you could stock
Sony
them.
All Stars.
Yes, or is
PlayStation
another
also
thing,
too.
multiple smashes where if you press a different button
Yeah,
with you can perform a different smash. That way people don't know which smash you're gonna pull. It's like, oh, you got Link,
yeah.
don't stand horizontal from him until after he uses his smash, because he's gonna hit me with a goddamn
Hmm.
arrow. Like, I just think that a little bit more variety in the smashes would be cool as well, because it's like,
Yeah.
because then you can't guess it, because there are dodgeable characters easily, and then there are non-dodgeable characters. Those dodgeable characters are severely underpowered Smash wise.
Yep.
I I also want to see all of the tank smashes change.
Yeah, those are wings,
I
man.
agree.
Just dropping tanks.
I think Fox needs to retain it, but it needs to be made less viable. And
Put
if
him in an R
Falco and
wing.
Wolf
Just put
remain,
him in
they
an
need
R
to
wing.
not have the same. Like they have the same fucking smash for three characters.
They basically have
Yeah,
like almost the
I
same
yeah.
moveset for three characters, so
Wolf's is faster
Wolf
and
Wolf
weaker,
Wolf
I
kind of
guess.
plays
That's it.
different. Yeah.
Wolf
No,
also
Wolf
his like
does,
gun
but
works way different, and like a
Well,
lot of
all
his
their
like
I
all
mean,
their
chain
guns are
combos.
different.
I
Yeah,
just meant his smash.
yeah.
Yeah,
I think they're all still too similar. I think we've discussed it before, but I think they're all
we have discussed
still
this.
too similar.
Yeah.
They play differently, but the move set needs to differ more. Kind of like Mario and Luigi were
I was
the
gonna say
same in
they
the
were the
first game,
same, and they
except for
slowly
the
get more different. I agree.
yeah, they need to make them
Well,
more different. Like the only
Falco,
difference between Mario and Luigi in the first one was
a couple of moves, like
jump
two
height
moves. Yeah,
and the how their fireballs worked.
exactly. Well, to
I
be
still say
fair,
drop Falco straight up.
Falco and Fox pretty much played the same in Melee, and in Brawl they play a
Yep.
bit different. So I figure
I'll
if
say
all
the same
three end
thing
up
as
in this
last
game,
time.
it'll be
Okay.
Slippy. Just put Slippy in the game.
Say the same thing as last time. I wish this game had more skin like costume based things, so
Oh
you could
yes,
get instead of duplicate characters, you can get a Falco skin for Fox. You can get a Slippy skin. That'd be great. Or
yeah.
like a Raichu skin for Pikachu, or a Pichu skin, or like for Mega Man it'd be Zero, or like um for
Or
Marth
X.
you could get Roy. Um,
Peach and
Sonic, you could get
Daisy.
like Knuckles or Shadow, Peach and Daisy, exactly. Um, just stuff like that.
No, well, we talked about this, and I was like, yeah, like that's a good way they could bring back Dr. Mario, who played slightly different than Mario, but
Exactly.
only I think two of his moves changed. His pills changed, and one of his other
Yeah,
attacks changed, and that would
I
be a
think
cool way to bring that back. Like Pia and Pikachu, I agree. Bring back the Pichu who does slightly more damage with his electric attacks, but then every electric attack hurts him. Bring that
yeah.
back.
I like the addition of Dr. Mario was cool, but it was annoying in the same way that the Wolf edition of Wolf was. It's just that he wasn't different enough, and it became a third character, a third clone,
Yeah.
basically,
And I mean, I agree.
which was just kind of like,
They did have to
eh,
model a
you're
whole new
stretching
character,
here.
and they did have
Like
to
there's a
like the movements are different. They are literally different, like attacks technically that are just using the same like stats and speed, but at the same time, I don't know. At that point, it just seems like the effort to make a clone character, like you could have just made a whole new character.
my
Could
cord
have
keeps
get
coming
could
unplugged.
have gave Ganondorf a sword and some
Yeah.
moves.
What was the last thing
Some
what was the
not
last thing I
Captain.
said?
What?
What was the last thing I said before I just stopped?
Something about Smash Bros. Probably.
I guess my Ethernet cord keeps coming unplugged. Uh, if I didn't say it before, it just felt like the addition of Dr. Mario
Oh no, you said this.
was
We
the
got all
same as the
this.
addition of Wolf. Okay, I did say that.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yep.
yeah.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
just
yeah.
like
Yeah. No, you were here. You were
Nintendo has
here.
a oh well it might not have said I lagged out, but I did because I unplugged my Ethernet cable.
Okay.
Um, But like Nintendo has a plethora of characters they can use, and it just seems strange that they would go with a character and then not change its moveset enough to be different from another character.
I agree. They have a huge roster, and they've already like showed us that they can choose niche characters like Ice Climbers and Game and
Yeah.
Watch in there shows that they're willing to pick some weird, not conventional characters, and then they give us traditional characters.
They
uh,
better bring Ice Climbers back.
oh, they probably will. Come on, we got Rosalina and Luma. We're getting there.
I don't even think I'll ever play as Rosalina and Luma.
You know, I see it too, and I'm like, I'm glad they're in the game, but I
User
look at
in
it
your channel timed out.
and oh, someone left. Who left?
That would be Max.
Oh, Max left. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's just two of us. Oh, and then there were two. But I agree. I agree. Rosalina and Luma, I'm glad they're in the game, and I can see people playing them, but at the same time, I'm like, that's not for me, man.
The only
But then,
time I can
you know,
see them being like really viable and like used is in like the doubles matches and
User
stuff
entered your
because
channel.
like Rosalina and Luma did the like they take projectiles and basically like carry them over and just like things like that that looked really awesome.
gotcha.
So that would work in like doubles, but I just don't see them being like a really awesome 1v1 character.
I guess we gotta wait and see for
Mhm.
the moveset. Oh, Max is back. Well, way to join us.
Yeah, we're having some issues.
Yeah, well, that'll happen. That'll happen.
Let me step out for a moment, though.
Okay. He stepped out. It's just us. No.
I really like all of the announcements of the maps for Smash Bros. As well.
Yeah,
though.
so far I've been liking the maps. I mean, obviously people are gonna gripe that it's two whole different. You know, you don't get all your maps in one game, but at the same time, they're giving me Gerudo Valley on 3DS.
And
not
I
gonna
got
complain.
like I'm excited about the 3DS ones. I got Lumwise City or however it's pronounced, whatever.
Yeah, yeah, and what Arena Ferox from Fire Emblem? Super
Yep.
pumped about that. I love that. Prism Tower. Yeah, yeah, Prism Tower from X and Y. Yeah, that'll be good.
It all just
Rainbow
looks really
Road.
good. Yeah, Rainbow Road.
Spirit Track or Spirit Train. So that's two Legend of Zelda maps.
Also
Oh.
hoping like Sheik needs to get back in this game. Like if they take Sheik out, I don't
I'm
know.
pretty sure she's in it. I can't see them getting rid of her.
I just don't know if she's like gonna have her separate character. That's the thing.
I don't know because it's like we've kind of had this discussion. The Zelda design is still old Zelda design. It's not new updated. Like Link is now Skyward Sword Link, but Zelda is not Skyward Sword Zelda. She's old Zelda. We had this discussion, but I'm kind of just saying it for other people.
But like, if they were gonna combine them, they would have shown it when they announced Zelda. And so, like,
Well, you know what the big plot reveal is going to be? It's going to be that there are two different Zeldas, and one is the slightly new Zelda, who's herself, and then they're going to bring back Ocarina of Time Zelda, and she's going to have Sheik as the other moveset. That's what's going to happen.
I am so excited to just see the gameplay for it and see if they're gonna make it more melee like everybody's demanding it.
I
They
hope so.
said they are. I mean, they've said, yo, we're speeding up the game a bit. The speed of combat is going to be in between melee and brawl. They said that. They said that random tripping is gone, but that
Good.
tripping due to the banana peel is still in, which is good.
It's funny.
Banana
It's funny.
peels.
I haven't played Melee in quite a long time now, and it's funny because after so much Brawl, trying to remember Melee, I thought I remembered Melee being very slow and
It's
very.
the other way around, yeah.
That's the thing. I always remembered it being really like low gravity, like slow, like you just kind of like puttered in the air, and then I was apparently way off.
Yeah, it's the opposite. You putter in Brawl, and in Melee, like if you're playing as Fox, you drop like a damn brick. Fox should not drop like a brick.
No, God, no.
Oh, let's see, what else do we have here? I was looking at some of the assist trophies. Skull Kid from Majora's Mask
that
gets an assist trophy, and I am
that
beyond excited.
I was happy and sad about that
I
because
know,
deep
'cause he
down
can't be a
inside,
character.
yeah, he can't be a character if he's an
Well,
assist trophy.
Little Mac was an
Little
assist
Well,
trophy in
that's
the
the thing.
maybe
previous
it's
game. It's a
Well,
sign.
it broke my heart to know that the assist trophy of Waluigi did not get
Yep,
the upgrade that Little Mac did.
yep.
I
Waluigi's
just,
still an
if
assist
you're gonna add
trophy.
Wario, you gotta add Waluigi. Come
Nope.
on.
Well, but it's not. It's Wario, not
Yeah,
really.
I know,
I mean,
but I
I know
want him.
they add the costume, but it's not like traditional bad guy Wario. They're kind of going with the he's kind of a good guy
Yeah.
now deal.
And now they've got friggin' Rosalina and just Waluigi's being left behind. They're
Yeah,
gonna
well,
add Toad before they add Waluigi. To be honest, I'm
oh,
surprised they never did add Toad.
who's gonna be Peach's
Yeah,
shield?
the like
That's
spell shield for Peach.
I'm hoping for like
yeah,
Shy
yeah.
Guy. There are so many different versions of Shy Guy
Oh,
with
that'd be so.
movesets, like Stilt Guy and Flying Guy. Like he could have a moveset. He could do stuff.
Yeah,
I
that's not even like a joke.
Like, yeah,
That's
no,
serious.
that's not even a joke. You could
Could you
make
imagine being
Shy
a
Guy a
Goomba?
character.
Yeah, technically you could make a
Yeah,
Goomba
then
a
you have the
character.
shoe. You add the wings. You
Yep.
take the Goomba
Yeah.
boot. You could take the fire Goombas. You could make a
Oh my
moveset out of it.
god.
And Koopa Troopa wouldn't be crazy either. Koopa Troopa you could do some stuff
No.
with.
I found
mean-
it would play like the Squirtle does for the Pokemon trainer, though.
Hammer
like, for
Bro?
some things.
Yeah.
Exactly, and then the up
You
B
could add a
and just
Hammer
sprout
Bro.
wings for a second. Yeah, Hammer Bro. You could do a lot. Like
Oh,
Mario's.
actually, that because there's also the boomerang like
Yeah,
bros.
Boomerang
So
Bro.
they could have a hammer
Yeah.
and boomerang and
Fireballs. Some of them can shoot out fireballs as well.
yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot. Shoot. What else? I got Bullet Bill. Oh, I want to see a playable Bullet Bill.
Bullet Bill.
It's just
I have
like
a
being
feeling-
supersonic all the time.
I have a feeling we won't be seeing any new characters. I was surprised with Little Mac because I thought I had heard that we weren't going to be seeing like any new
Yeah, they
characters after
said
what
we
they had
weren't getting
released.
many new characters. I bet you
Yeah.
that we still are going to get a new Fire Emblem character. I bet you they're going to take
yeah,
a
probably.
modern Fire Emblem character from the
But,
brand new game because that shit's hype.
But if I was going on the assumption that they were going to add new characters still, I would say we wouldn't be far off from seeing Baby Bowser.
God,
Oh,
no, Ridley. We'll get Ridley from Metroid.
No, I don't think they're going to add
That's
him. I
who
just
it would
think
be.
I think if they were gonna pull the thing they've done for quite a while, they would add just a copy of Bowser
Oh,
as a baby.
Baby
Yeah.
Bowser's in there, and it moves like old Bowser.
yeah. Well, that wouldn't make sense. If anything, it would probably be the opposite. Sorry, I'm not gonna. Yeah, confusing. Did you guys disappear on me?
Nope.
Okay, good. Did everyone just kind of stop talking for a second? I got a little nervous. I actually was a little silly. We're on the podcast here, but I gotta go pee, guys. So would you mind if I just stepped out for just a second?
God no, it's not like I did that.
Okay, good. So you guys can keep talking about Brawl, I guess, and everyone at home. And or you can come pee with me if you want. Like we'll go. You can come back into the conversation at the same point as I, somehow.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'll be right back, guys.
Trying to look at more. I'm trying to look at news on whether or not they're working on balance for this game.
I know that they were saying that they were trying to make like the fight systems better and like getting like character balance so that it's not like you see the top tier picks and that's it.
Yeah, they're trying to make Bowser better.
They made him not slow and like hunched over like he is in the other ones, so he's gonna play a bit differently, but I still want to see his like sitting on people happen.
Yeah, me too.
Because that's the best way to knock somebody off the map.
Yeah.
And I like that they changed Pit's like weapons to be more like Kid Icarus Uprising.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I haven't actually played that game yet, but I've heard that they might add like a character from it, which is the female that actually does his smash. They like hinted at maybe
Oh.
adding her in.
Nah,
And
everyone knows that they're gonna add Pac-Man.
if they add that arm and leg Pac-Man, I may
Arm and
choose to
leg would
not buy
be
the game.
what? Arm and leg? What is this? Is this Full Metal
if,
Alchemist?
No,
if they added
Constant Arm and Leg.
Pac-Man,
It's
no,
the terrible
if
Pac-Man that
the
has the
the old
potential.
Pac-Man,
Oh, yeah, Namco. We're talking about
where
the supposed Namco
yeah,
character that everyone was
where
talking
he
about.
it's like the old PS1 game where he threw the fucking whatever
We
they're
don't
called. What are they
we
called?
don't
The
talk
little
about
yellow
those
things.
days. Like that didn't happen. No, no.
Oh
What
Christ! What
Namco?
an
No way.
awful
That's
game.
totally gonna get. Shoot. Is it?
Dig Dug.
Well, yeah, Dig Dug. We talked about this. I think Dig Dug would be
Yeah.
great, especially with them using original Mega Man, where he's a little bit chubbier and smaller. I think that they should use Dig Dug. I think Dig Dug
The
would be great.
the
I would
shittiest
be
thing
happy
about
not seeing Namco.
laughing about Pac-Man not being in it is shitty at the same time because his smash would be so great.
Yeah,
Everyone would
well,
turn into ghosts, and then he would
I
just
think
run around, and then it'd be
the
like,
yeah, well, Ridge Racer. It's gonna be Ridge Racer. That's what the game's gonna be. No, the issue with Namco is that they most of their games, most of their modern big now games are like crazy Japanese RPG games. That's what their big things are now. Except for and fighting games, they do Tekken games and they do Soul Calibur. Was we gonna get
yeah.
Nightmare? like,
Oh my
uh,
god.
like I don't know. And
If
what's
they
happened
do add a
before?
character like
Link
that,
was in Soul
it's gotta
Calibur
be
too.
yeah. Well, for the GameCube anyway.
Yeah, well, it was great. The GameCube version was the best. I don't know why you'd get Spawn or
Oh,
Heihachi,
they had Hayashi. Oh my god, Hayashi's great.
but the 360 or the modern HD remake of it or whatever has both Spawn and Heihachi in it. No matter which version you get,
Wow, that's not
they're
fair.
both in it. But then you don't get Link, but that's because Nintendo.
Hmm. Link was a strange, like it made sense because it was a
Yeah,
Nintendo
he
one, but
was
it just kind of
great.
seemed strange.
He played so unique because he had so many
Yeah,
different attack styles. He had such a wide arsenal. It was great having him in the game, and they gave
if
him
they
his
added a Soul
roles.
Calibur character, it's got to be someone who isn't like they got to make it something that isn't clunky. The same way that Snake was added. I mean, he's
Oh,
obviously a different kind of character, but he was just so clunky and he didn't feel right.
That's
He
why
was a
he's
good,
not in
like
it
he wasn't
again.
like a bad character.
They should
Yeah,
put a
he
fucking
just felt so
Raiden in instead.
weird. Raiden would be
Raiden.
great.
Too bad. I don't think Raiden popped up on a Nintendo console though.
I don't think so.
Was he in Metal Gear Solid 2 and Metal Gear Solid 4? Or not 4. Well, I guess he was kind of in 4. But 2, 4, and then Revengeance are the three big games with him in it. I don't think any of those were for a Nintendo console. So that's a bummer. Oh, hey,
It's
the
it. I'm
Pac-Man game came out in
reading.
2013.
Oh God, no.
Pac-Man confirmed.
Oh no!
Half-Life 3
Oh no!
confirmed.
I'm reading an article talking about Sakurai talking about balancing the game, and
Oh
it's
yeah.
funny because he said he even revealed that balancing Super Smash Bros. Brawl kicked off 6 years before the game was released, and they're just like, which means that he was working on it before the game was even greenlit, and that people are like, well, that means their balance is like huge to them right now. But the
Mhm.
funny thing about that is that he started balancing Brawl 6 years before the game came out, and the balance of that game is awful.
It's terrible.
A little iffy, yeah.
I mean,
So
I have faith that they'll do well, obviously, for this one. But like, it's just funny that they're just like, well, he bounced for 6 years. I'm like, well, maybe he should have
Yeah.
done six more.
yeah, take those years
Ouch.
and start balancing this game instead.
Ouch. Hard. Oh, so let's go to the Nintendo consoles. Yeah. Hey,
I
they made a Hello
just
Kitty game. Maybe Namco can put Hello Kitty in. Yeah.
oh my, I don't. What would you even
Could you
Final
imagine?
Smash?
Yeah, I know. I agree. I'm just trying to look at some stuff they've released on here. Oh, there are officially Tekken games that have been on Nintendo consoles as well.
Oh boy.
Yeah, it could
Actually, I
happen.
wouldn't even. I would like a Tekken character.
Yeah, get Hihachi.
Holong.
Yeah, Huang Huang. I take Bill. I like Bill. There's a lot of people that they
That
could
bear
put.
that I can't remember the name of.
Oh
Gone.
God, Kuma.
Gone. I think his name is Gone. The little dragon thing.
I'm not talking about Kuma. The bear.
Dinosaur thing. Sorry.
Oh, the dinosaur. Sorry, I was talking about the
Yeah.
bear. The
I
the
think.
bear
Well,
is
no.
Kuma.
I was talking about the bear as well. I was talking about the. No. I said the bear, and then I also said
Okay.
Gone, who
Yeah,
was a tiny little dragon.
I love Kuma.
Well, he had no wings, but he was. He
No,
could
King.
breathe fire.
If it's gonna be Tekken, can we just have King? King is
I
my
would like
favorite
that.
Tekken
Yeah,
character.
Yeah, that'd be
He'd be a
great.
grappler. We could have a grappler in the game.
that isn't ice
Oh,
climbers.
Well, yeah. Well, if you're gonna put a grappler in the game, though, you might as well just hit up Capcom again and say, "Hey, can we put Zangief in the game real quick?"
Oh,
That would be fantastic. Fucking pile driving everyone, like quadruple pile drive suplex power bombs. Please sign me up for the USSR. Oh, oh. All right, that we may have to stop talking about Smash now. We can talk about it more next time because we're gonna have the Smash Direct.
yeah, we'll have more news for that.
Yeah. So
yeah.
actually, you know what the funny thing is though? This will probably go up on our channel after the Smash Direct has happened, after editing and everything and getting everything
True.
right. So that's a little silly. So everyone who's listening, we're sorry that we aren't quite as hype as we should be for Smash Bros. But this is gonna take a second to edit. So let's talk about the next big point I have on here to talk about. That's our good old heroes. Our Blizzard MOBA, man.
Oh
We're all
boy.
excited for
Oh
that.
boy.
I don't even like really hugely play MOBAs. I dabble in them here and there. If one can catch my attention for a bit, and I'll kind of try to get pro at it, and then I'm like, I'm dumb. But this one, I'm excited for.
I'm just dying
Yeah,
to
definitely.
like it needs to come out. I've
Yeah,
been trying to watch the like few streamers there are, and the gameplay looks fun, it looks unique, and oh, the characters.
you are not prepared.
I I really hope more get released. Obviously, I don't think
Wait, what? More
they have all the
characters?
characters they'll have.
Oh, I'm
Yes.
I'm sure they will
Um.
continue adding characters for
Yeah,
Oh,
years, just
they
like LoL
absolutely will.
does. They
They
have
absolutely
such a
will.
deep roster, such a deep roster.
I was just kind of expecting more from the start. Um. But they do have quite a few. Like there's a lot of StarCraft characters I would love to see in this game.
And I would not be surprised if you get those StarCraft characters.
Like the best thing, Samir Duran from Brood War was also actually he.
Are you
I
gonna
won't.
throw?
Okay,
Are you gonna
I'll say
throw?
someone
Yeah,
else
I'm gonna
actually.
throw. You're gonna throw spoilers right now or not?
I don't want to spoil Heart of the Swarm. It's been out for a bit, but I don't want to like.
Yeah, I
Anyway,
agree because
um,
I know exactly what you're talking about
Alexei
because I love him.
Alexei Stukov though, one of the other ghosts in Brood War, is a character in Heart of the Swarm. I'll say this: it's not really. It doesn't really mean it's not really a spoiler. He is a character in Heart of the Swarm, and he is uh,
Oh, that's
infested.
right.
He's an infested version, which means they could even have two versions of him, like infested Duran and Ghost Duran, which would be great. I also wish they had Ghost Kerrigan, but they already have Nova, which really is just Ghost Kerrigan.
Yeah, pretty much. If they made Ghost Kerrigan, it would play just like Nova. So what I really think will happen is you'll get a skin for Nova that also changes her voice.
Yeah.
That's what I
Well,
think will happen.
I some a StarCraft caster that I follow, Husky StarCraft, makes a lot of he made a lot of Heroes of the Storm videos
Hmm.
and went through like all the current characters' different skins and stuff. And for each skin, there's 3 different colors, and one of Nova's skin is has the red hair that Kerrigan had from the first
Oh
game.
man.
Uh, um, and also, shit, I don't remember what I was gonna say. Never mind.
Something about Kerrigan, but that's okay.
I
All right.
really,
Really wish they had Raynor playable as a vulture, because that's what he was in. Well, he was also a Marine in the first one
Yes,
in
he
StarCraft
was.
1, but the first mission you play him as, he's a
Oh yeah.
vulture and not a Marine.
He's pretty cool. I like him. I like him a lot. That's well, we were actually talking about who the characters that we want to main as, and I said the first thing I said was like, I just want to be Raynor. Let me be Jimmy.
I'll probably I'll probably be Zeratul.
Yeah. I don't know.
I really hope they
I
add
like Raynor.
Phoenix as a. I really hope they add Phoenix as a dragoon.
Hmm. Let's see. I'm actually looking
That'd
at
be
the
sick.
characters right now. Let's see. We got a ton of assassin characters: Falstead, Illidan, Kerrigan, Nova. Raynor's an assassin. Oh, I didn't know that. Demon Hunter, Zeratul. I didn't even know Tychus was announced as a character.
Yeah. There's
Wow. I haven't been keeping up with it. I'll admit.
there's an infested Tychus. It's really cool.
See, and then we go to our warriors, and we have Arthas and Diablo, which makes sense. ETC, Muradin, the Barbarian, Stitches, and Tariel. Those are cool.
Stitches.
Yeah, Stitches.
Stitches.
Come on, we've all seen Stitches gameplay. He looks great.
It looks amazing.
Oh,
Um,
great.
Even Tyrael looks really fun to play as well.
Yeah, they both look fun.
Yeah.
Let's see, and then support we got Malfurion, Tassadar, Tyrande, and Uther. I think Uther's gonna be great because he's super defense.
I
Uh-oh, he cut out. Did he
I
cut
think
out?
so.
oh,
You
is it
still here,
cutting out
Max?
still?
No, you're good now.
Yep. All right. Yeah, I was excited for Tassadar and was at first confused that he was support because it just seemed strange to me. But after watching videos, it makes sense. He has a mecha skin, by the way. Makes
Oh,
him look like a
does he?
Gundam.
Oh, god damn
Yeah.
it! I'm gonna get that. Like, I'm gonna get that. Yes. And then we go to our specialists, which I'm excited for all of these specialists. Abathur
Oh
gonna be
my
great
God,
as a
Abathur.
specialist. Like what they have planned for him, he's pure support. Like he can do anything to anyone, but he buffs like a madman, and I'm so happy for
Yeah.
that. Gazlo will be cool. The Witch Doctor and Sergeant Hammer. Sergeant Hammer is great. She's like, you want me to fight? Nah, no, I'm not gonna fight you hand to hand. Let me get in my tank first.
Yeah.
Oh, Sergeant, when I
It's
saw
just
Sergeant
fucking
Hammer was
siege
announced,
tank.
yeah, it's just a siege tank, and it
So
plays
funny.
like a siege tank. Like you have to get down in
Yeah.
your siege mode. That's like all the StarCraft players. You know, they're just getting hype over that because it's
Are you on the Heroes of the Storm wiki reading all this?
yes, I
Yes.
am.
It's strange to hear, like when I think assassins, I would have immediately gone to Zeratul, but he's listed as unknown or other/unknown.
On this one, it shows him as an assassin for sure.
It shows him as an assassin on
Oh,
the
really?
official Heroes of the Storm wiki. Yeah, he's listed under assassin.
Why? What the hell's wrong with mine?
It could be an outdated one. I don't know.
Yeah,
The unknown
That's
roles
very
goes
strange.
to Anubarak, Asmodin, the Butcher, Chen,
Asmodin.
Shogal, Jaina, Leoric,
All right,
Lili,
somebody
Mekatorg, Rexar, Sylvanas, Zamuro, and Zul'jin. Those are the unknown
Link me
rules.
this shit. Link. Why don't you link me?
Here, I'll toss. I'm copying and pasting right now. So.
I am fangirling so hard at the fact that Rexar, Sylvanas, and Zul'jin are all on there. Those are all such good characters.
Oh, okay. This is the Gamepedia one. I was on the wiki.
Yeah, Rexar is great though. Like I love Rexar because he had his own in Warcraft 3. He had his own like mini campaign.
Rexar is going to have a role in the next
of course
World
he
of
is.
Warcraft.
Of course he is.
Well,
what about Zul'jin?
Zul'jin.
Or did he have stuff in like Warcraft, World of Warcraft?
He's been in like quite a few like World of Warcraft things, and if I am correct, I'm pretty sure he's the new war chief. Spoilers.
The new war chief, like Hellscream's gone. Like,
for any
baby Hellscream.
There was Grom. And
I know Grom, but he had a kid, and his kid got
Grom
in charge.
Had his kid, which was Garrosh, but first Thrall was in charge, which I'm waiting.
Well, of course.
Why the hell is Thrall not announced for this goddamn game yet?
Because he's obviously in it. That's why he's not. Oh, for this.
For Heroes, like, why is Thrall not on there?
Thrall's gonna be support. We all know it. Or specialist, I guess. Specialist is like new to me, so.
The Wikia page has proposed heroes, which are heroes that were or are under consideration by Blizzard but haven't been confirmed. One of them is Artanis, Deathwing, Phoenix, which is funny because I mentioned that earlier. That I hope Phoenix, Gabriel Tosh,
Tosh is
Gallywix, Garrosh Hellscream, Gen Greymane, Typhus, Kel'Thuzad, King Varian, Lady Vash, Maeve Shadow Song, Mistress of Pain, Ogre Ninja. I don't know what that is.
I don't even know what that is.
I don't even know what that is.
This one's under quotation marks and it's not a link, so I don't know what they're thinking.
It might be an unnamed enemy.
Thrall. The Thrall Shaman version, it says Velen and Vol'jin, and it says Dustin Browder's open to incorporating heroes from the Lost Vikings and rock and roll racing.
They said that they wanted to do some of their other not mainstream titles, and you know what? I'm okay with that.
Sorry, Vol'jin is the war chief, to correct what I was saying.
Oh, okay.
These were heroes that were removed. One was Edmund Duke, who was replaced by Sergeant Hammer, which actually
I'm okay with that. Yep, that was a good choice.
Well, I'm okay with that, but Edmund Duke was like a main character.
Yeah, but Edmund Duke is not as silly as Sergeant Hammer. Sergeant Hammer was picked for personality. Because they would play exactly this. Yes. It's like, do you want your big serious asshole guy in here? Or do you want someone who's going to throw some good one-liners at you? That's why Sergeant Hammer got in.
Although Edmund Duke was in a battle cruiser, though.
Yeah, he's a dick. But his main unit that he was in was a siege tank in the map editor. He was always listed in a siege tank.
Okay.
I spent years in that map editor.
Yeah, it was great. Yes. Horace Warfield also replaced by Sergeant Hammer.
Okay, well, it makes sense though. Yeah.
Kyle Blackthorne is not in there. Leon, Sarah Kerrigan as a ghost became a default skin for Nova instead.
Oh, yep.
So Sarah Kerrigan was going to go in there as a ghost as well, but then they made it Nova instead.
That makes sense. People like Nova. She's kind of hype right now, I guess. Good
Actually, in some of the videos I watched too, there were maps that weren't listed before.
Oh, really?
Like there was a map that wasn't one of the main 4 they were
good
freaking out about. So I was like, oh wow, there's.
I'm really excited to play the Butcher. I didn't know who he was at first, and I just looked him up. I couldn't remember him. I like the Butcher. I'm gonna play as him.
Oh, I want to play as
Yeah,
Zeratul so much.
this is gonna be a good game. It's doing some things kind of new. I don't know if they're entirely new for a MOBA, but the group leveling, I don't think I've ever seen that in another MOBA. I don't know, Nick, if you know any other.
Technically, they're not considering like heroes as like an actual like MOBA. They made like a
Oh,
new like category for it. I don't remember the name, but it was like a hero brawler or something along those lines.
I'm okay with that too. Yeah, if we can get more hero brawlers, I'm fine with that. Let me do
So
hype moves. Just let me do hype
yeah,
moves to everyone. Like, I'm
Oh,
probably
just
it's gonna Rainer and Tychus all
sorry.
day.
Well, I've officially downloaded and installed Infinite Crisis since we started talking about it.
Oh, nice. I should probably do that too. So
it's
I'm gonna do that up on my other PC because I have my laptop and my PC, so I'm gonna pop that up on my PC
Yeah.
right now.
I just like need this game to go into beta so that I can play it.
Yeah,
There's
I've
so many Warcraft characters that I want to play, and they all look so good.
yeah. I think
Uh,
I
it's only been an alpha or playable alpha for a month almost,
can you
I know.
can
It
you
makes me sad.
which is so upsetting.
yeah. Let me think. I'm sorry. Uh, on your Blizzard account, can you already sign up for the beta? Like consideration for the
Um,
beta?
yes, it's
You can sign up right here.
I
it
might already
I'll
be
link this
signed up
for you.
for it.
There you go.
yeah, it
Cause
links you onto your battle.net where you just put your
Yeah.
preferences
same
down.
thing where Hearthstone was, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Okay, I think I'm already
yeah.
signed up for it then. I think.
I have myself signed up
God,
for
I hope
like
I get
every
in.
beta that I
Yeah,
will
me too.
like go.
Yeah.
We
I'm
can all
lucky and
jump
I
on
have
that.
at least like 4 different battle.net accounts that are all signed up for the beta.
I'm lucky and I have a
So
nice computer, so they're just like,
they
"Hey, you can run our game." And I'm like, "Yes, I
they
can."
like to take people of all like top to bottom end computers to make sure that everybody's able to run.
Well, that makes
So
sense,
Yeah.
but
it
there are a lot more people.
I
There are a lot more people with weaker computers than there are stronger ones. So I'm in a
true.
category with less competition. That's what I'm getting at.
I'm jealous. I
Yeah.
should get you to make my battle.net account the specifics of your computer.
That's such a
I
dick move.
I really wish they would actually add characters that weren't necessarily heroes. Like it would genuinely be fun just to run around as a Zergling.
I'm sure
Well,
they will, like,
who's to say? Yeah,
eventually.
who's to say they're not going to start making some characters like
Oh,
that? Yeah,
I think they will because they're gonna have to at some
that's kind
point.
of what Sergeant Hammer is, though. Sergeant Hammer's kind of like just
Yeah,
a representation of the siege tank. Like they wanted an
yeah,
excuse to
yeah,
throw a siege tank in there. Just like I think Raynor
yeah.
will be the Marine, and Tychus kind of plays as a more specialized Marine. That's how I
Hmm.
see it, at least. Just like
I
I
hope
don't
they
think
add
they'll.
because
Yeah,
between Warcraft and Starcraft, there's a ton of units that they could just add in because they're unique units.
yeah, they play well. Like a Firebat or a Goliath,
Like
those would both play well
I
just right
zer-
off the bat.
like the ult for a Zergling could be like turning into a Baneling and doing a big explosion.
Yeah, I agree.
Like it all works so perfectly.
Yeah, they really have set themselves up where they can like pick pretty much anything, and everyone is gonna be happy about it.
Yeah.
They're doing good. They've written themselves in a good corner. I don't know. It's Blizzard. They're doing good. I don't know
Yeah.
what you wanted to say about it. Get hype.
Well, we're almost at hours.
Well, we at what?
We're almost at 2 hours of recording.
That's a good chunk of time. I think a good podcast is
Yeah.
anywhere between 2 and 3. A lot of the podcasts that I watch are more towards the 3 hours, but the first
The ones
one,
I watch are like between 1 and 2.
oh well, I watch
But
hype.
you know what?
Apparently, I watch hype podcasts. Then
Well, I
deal with
watch
it now.
all the Rooster Teeth ones.
Oh, okay, but they do a ton, so yeah.
Yeah. But yeah. Do we have anything else to talk about?
We could, well, does anyone else have anything you can think of off the top of your head? Obviously, we're not going to kill for time. If we don't have anything to talk about, we can end it here. If anyone has anything
Yeah.
else they'd like to discuss, I am more than down for another 20, 30 minutes of chatting about something. If anyone has anything.
I think I've said
Um,
my words.
Well, I do have one
I feel
thing
like
that
I
I
need
want
to
to mention.
research.
Oh yeah, but I do have one thing that I want to throw up. It's great news for all RPG players. Square Enix saying, "Yo, we finally figured out that you people like JRPGs. We're gonna stop making other things and start making JRPGs." And I'm just like,
Yeah,
"Are you fucking
I
kidding
read that.
me? We've known this for years. We've been telling you for
Actually,
years."
that's something I've been meaning to mention. There's something I've been meaning to mention since we were talking about uh, Final Fantasy VII and stuff.
Bring
Is
it.
that oh, it was for the games upcoming. Final Fantasy 15
Oh yeah, 15's gonna be
looks
great.
incredible.
But and then I just chastised them for not making JRPG games, but 15 is not going to be a straight RPG. It's going to be an action
No,
RPG, kind of like Crisis
yeah.
Core. But I'm excited for it. I think it's going to be really
Oh,
great because you control your whole party.
it
Don't
looks
control.
like so. It look like the graphics are phenomenal, and it just looks like a lot of fun.
I
I'm
agree.
told it's open world. I don't know if that was verified.
I've been told that it is very pretty free roaming, but I don't know if it's 100% free roaming. But I've heard there's some free roaming.
Oh,
Um,
that'd be incredible.
But the one thing I really liked was they were fighting like 15's version of the Behemoth. You know, Behemoth is always in all the games, and the one
Yeah.
like bulky character, he was the playable character, and they blocked with him, and then they switched over to the main character, and they
Yeah.
attacked while the other guy was blocking, and I was just like, what? That's a thing?
Yeah.
Oh, yes, that was just that. If you're gonna make an action RPG Final Fantasy game, that was the system that I want. Let me action RPG my entire party at will. Don't restrict me to one character like 13 did.
Now, this is pretty outdated, since this article is actually from July 19th of 2012. But it says Final Fantasy 15 will feature open world gameplay and be comparable in size to Skyrim.
That'd be cool. That would
Yeah.
be cool. I don't even know if I'd hate that. Yeah, no,
No, I'd be really excited for that. Oh, I
yeah.
really like open world games. That's what I liked about 12, even though there wasn't really much to do except kill
Mm-hmm.
shit.
Yeah, 12 was fun. 12 was kind of hard though. Nick, you
Yeah.
still here, baby?
Yeah,
Giannis? I don't know. I don't
I'm
know if
here.
I believe you. Yeah, I just don't have much to talk about on the Final Fantasy hype train.
I have the only Final Fantasy game I have ever played. I
Is
shut
Crystal
off because it
Chronicles.
was Crystal Chronicles.
I'm so upset that that's the first Final Fantasy game you've ever played. I'm so upset. Like, I want to show you, like, I can show you the world. I want to show you the world.
Seven.
There's so much you haven't seen.
Seven.
I was gonna show him six. I like six.
I was told to start at 5, I think.
You should probably start at four.
Uh,
Four is like when quote unquote modern Final Fantasy starts kicking off and it stops becoming like kind of tricky. Four and then up. And five has my favorite Final Fantasy character of all time in it, Gilgamesh. Oh, he's
Yeah.
my favorite. Oh, I love him. Those are sections we should have later. We should have like you know what? Like, okay, I got a category for you guys. We're kind of thinking of a last minute category. This is something we should think. We should have like some top lists, like or not top lists necessarily, but you know, we talk about a game like what's your favorite character. So I'm gonna pose this question to
Yeah.
you guys. It's kind of like off the cuff. What is your favorite Sonic the Hedgehog character?
um,
Knuckles.
Knuckles. Knuckles is a good choice.
This is tough.
I see. I wanted to throw a good question at you. I thought so. We've all
No,
played Sonic games.
Manic.
We man, oh, what? Oh, man, what? From the fucking TV show
Yeah, Sonic
with the
Underworld,
who played the
Manic.
drums? Yeah, he played Kid Green Hair.
Yeah, the green guy.
So yeah, you can't tell. I know my Sonic lore. You not thrown.
Yeah,
I've
yeah, you
played all of
do.
them. I've watched them all. Jaleel White, yeah, yeah, Jaleel. I loved him as Sonic. Yeah, fun.
We know that Sonic Underground had the best theme song.
Yes.
Actually, no, my favorite Sonic character is Sonic from '06.
Okay,
So you like
try again.
furry slash human Sonic? That's your that's your angle. You like
Oh my
actively
god.
seeking human Sonic?
Ugh.
That works, I guess. I mean, obviously, I'm not here to knock furries. I agree. You're allowed to like whatever you like. It was kind of awkward in the game. I don't. If you were gonna do a human slash
Yeah,
Sonic
yeah.
relationship, it could have been done much better than awkward,
Oh god,
shy,
yeah.
super princess lady, and then Sonic. I think it was a bit awkward. I don't think it was played right.
Awful game.
Yeah, I think it still had great sections. The music in it was great, and some of the levels, you'd get to a section and you'd be like, I'm having so much fun, and then it's killed five
Yeah,
minutes later. Like, I had
yeah,
genuinely good parts in that, and then I've had a lot of not good. I
yeah.
can see it over on my desktop, like over yonder. But luckily, Sonic Generations is sitting on top of it, and I feel a
There
lot
you go.
better. Nick, I don't know if you picked a character
I'm
yet.
I'm thinking, and
I
I
secretly already knew who my character was. I have one singular favorite character who is so much higher than everyone else that it's just an easy one for me.
I would say that it
Who's
would
that?
just be Shadow for me, though.
So edgy, edgy.
It's just I played like the
Eggman.
I
It's pretty
played
cool.
I played like the singular like Shadow spin-off game, and it was
Which
so
gets
much
so much hate. That game gets
and
so much hate.
it was so much darker than like everything else.
Because your hedgehogs should have guns.
Yeah, but I
No, no.
personally really enjoyed it.
No, it's okay.
You know?
It's fun. There's some good moments in there. Metal Sonic is easily my favorite character.
I totally saw that
I
coming.
obsess over Metal. I have Metal Sonic like backgrounds. I have a Metal Sonic action figure. When
I'm
Sonic
pretty sure
4
that's
came
your
out,
Steam icon.
it is my Steam icon. It's Metal Sonic. I got the kart racer. I got the DLC for it just because it was Metal Sonic, and then I stopped playing as all the other characters. Which is bad because you have to level up your characters. So Metal Sonic is max
Yeah.
level and no one else is. Okay, let's keep up the theme. Let's keep up this theme. What's your favorite Sonic theme song? Background, like stage music.
Oh,
I could not tell you.
oh my
See,
God.
this one's an issue for me. I
Um,
have two very conflicting ones.
Sonic Adventure 2 Escape from the City.
Oh, that's
That
so good. Cash Cash. I love Cash Cash. Oh, they just covered something like a pop culture song. Like they did a remix, like cover of it, and I was like, "What is Cash Cash doing in like mainstream? Like, you're not in a Sonic game. You can't do that." Um, Labyrinth Zone from Sonic One tied with Pumpkin Hill.
Pumpkin Hill. Yes.
I ain't gonna let it get to me. Oh my god, yes. Pumpkin Hill was great because it was bad rap and I loved it.
I would say Pumpkin Hill is right up there. I totally forgot about that level. I'm pretty sure that's the level I'm on my most recent playthrough too.
Because Pumpkin Hill was actually hard. Like that was like the first hard Knuckles level. Like you're looking for shit and you can't find it. So you hear
Pumpkin
that
Hill.
song? Yes. Oh, Max
What's
needs to play.
what's that?
Said you need to play more Sonic. Apparently, if you don't have your
I
favorite theme
mean,
song picked out.
the first video game I ever played was actually Sonic and Tails 2.
Oh, the first video game
Yeah.
I played was
Fun fact.
we're going back to my memories. The first video game I played was the original Sonic the Hedgehog game. We got like a Genesis on
Yeah.
launch day so it was pretty fun.
It's funny. I had recently seen a comparison of the cost of the original consoles and how the inflation of money, how much they like would be compared to now. A PS4 was $400 at launch.
Yeah.
The Nintendo 64, the equivalent money, like if it was coming out new today, was $750.
Yeah, people complain.
Wow.
But the
Yep.
64 had fucking Mario and Legend
Yeah.
of Zelda. I had Majora's Mask, so
It's just
I'd
And
probably
it's just
pay
funny
$700.
to
You can also
No,
run
yeah,
an
that's what I mean. It's just
N64
funny
over
to
with a
consider
car.
You
Let's
can
be
run over-
honest.
Yeah.
You can use the GameCube as a melee weapon. It has a handle on the back for that very reason. They're like, we know. Players are gonna try to steal your GameCube, and you'd be like, "Nah, bitch," and you're gonna backhand them with that GameCube.
I really do wonder how Nintendo felt after, like, because they originally they were going to go with the disc-based console, so that's why
Mhm.
they asked Sony to help them design it. But then midway through, they were just like, actually, never mind, we're going to stick with cartridges. And so they did the 64, and then Sony was like, well, what the fuck? We still have all this shit, so let's make our own. So
And
they made the
then
PlayStation,
hype.
and they were just like, yeah. They almost didn't put it out though, because they were like, we're not going to do well because everyone knows Nintendo already, and they like from the Nintendo like the SNES, like they're going to beat us. And then the PS1 destroyed it, and so I wonder how Nintendo felt like looking back at that, whether or not like how they would have done if they had kept going with Sony, and how things would be now.
Probably the same way they feel right now when they're looking at their earnings report.
I feel like
Yeah,
Nintendo has a
probably.
lot of things that they can look back on, like the Virtual Boy and the Wii U, and they can regret it.
Yeah. like when, pretty soon we're gonna have. I know. I say this, we're gonna see fucking Nintendo characters on other consoles because they're not gonna do consoles anymore. Fucking, they kill handheld. There's no way they're losing money. I don't care what anyone says.
True.
That 3DS is making them so much bank that it don't matter. Like, they could make another shitty Wii
There
U.
is no other handheld really. Like there's the PS Vita. PS
Are we
Vita's
gonna
actually
mention the
quite
Vita?
great.
Does the Vita
It's
count?
Oh, don't do it.
I love that thing.
No, I like
but
the Vita too,
it's just
but there's no games. No one's
Nintendo
making
has
anything
dominated
for it.
handheld gaming.
Yeah.
Nintendo's dominated handheld gaming forever, so
Because Nintendo,
not that the Vita
it's
isn't
weird.
doing well, it's
As
that
well,
it's not
yeah.
going to be able to compete.
Exactly. As well as Nintendo could used to make a great console as well, but it's like they took all of their console knowledge and just tossed it into the fucking handheld. And so their handheld is godly. That 3DS is amazing. The games for it are fantastic. You can play top-notch, excellent games, and they're not even $60. They're like $40, $30.
Yeah.
Fun fact: most gamers over in Japan now are 3DS players, as opposed to consoles.
Oh wow.
Yeah, more people own like 3DSs in Japan than consoles.
There is one thing that I wish. Well, I mean, I don't have a 3DS, but one thing that Sony does is with not all games, obviously, some games though. When you buy a copy of the PS3 version, if it has a PS Vita version, you get the disc for that too.
Nice.
That's kind of neat.
That's cool. Well, that's because they're trying to plug the Vita, though. They're like, please buy a Vita.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it's poor
Pretty
guys.
much.
I know. I feel bad. I want a Vita so bad because Persona 4. I love that game.
It's really cool. Like, it's such a great handheld, and it's not that it's doing poorly. It's just like, I don't know.
It's not the 3DS. That's the problem.
No.
If there's one thing I want for the 3DS, is a Digimon game on the 3DS. It needs to happen.
Yeah, you can have your Digimon game when I get something. I don't know. I don't know where I was going with that.
That's the only game that I'm waiting for.
You'll probably come on. You're gonna get one. Probably.
Japan got like some version and
Oh
it
yeah.
got
Okay,
canceled
maybe
for
not. I
us.
was gonna say
Yeah.
maybe you won't see it, but the console itself. I forgot so much Japan exclusive stuff. That's like fucking Super Robot Wars. None of that stuff gets translated over here. I'm so bummed.
Yeah.
Like the one big game for giant robots that's made for people who obsess over giant robots, and they don't make it in English. Fuck you, Japan. I love you. Glorious Nippon.
Shots fired.
Yeah, fucking world. I am gonna go to war. We're gonna have World War III, and I'm gonna kamikaze them. A, to be ironic, and B, because I want my goddamn Super Robot Wars game. I'm gonna conquer those bitches and make them speak English. No, that's a
At,
joke.
at least we finally got Pokemon on the same date.
Yeah, it's equality, man. We're getting somewhere. We didn't fight in
Step in
those
the right
trenches for no
direction.
reason. Yeah. Oh, we didn't. Ugh. Ooh. We're still getting Dynasty Warriors games. Woo! Oh, oh, it's great. It's great. Well, we don't have to drag this on. Well, there's no reason to drag this on for people if we don't want to. So, you
Yeah.
guys, anything else? Got any final words on the first podcast?
I think we covered the
Get your
bases that we
game
wanted.
on.
Yeah.
Game
Oh,
on, yeah. Oh, wait. I do have one other thing. One other thing before we go. To ask everyone. What's coming on the channel? What's everyone working on?
More Final Fantasy. I'm
I
playing Realm of the Mad God now.
Good, good.
possibly Borderlands 2 coming through eventually in like the when my computer stops overheating.
Oh well, hey, you could have some people join you for some Borderlands 2.
Yeah,
I
maybe.
like Borderlands 2 a lot.
Oh,
I'm just
wow.
saying. Hint, hint. Wink, wink. I like Borderlands 2. I would not mind playing that.
And
um.
then I think we have Pokemon still to.
Oh yeah, I don't even
Oh,
think.
Pokemon 3D.
Yeah, I
Right.
don't even think people know about this. Yeah, the three of us are gonna play a Nuzlocke run
Yeah.
on Pokemon 3D. We need to kind of just waiting for some people to get some sprites so that we can do that.
I'm artistically challenged.
I know, and the thread where they were storing all those skins got deleted. Like someone deleted it on the forums.
No!
So all I
Goku,
have are the
why?
bases. Yeah. So all I have are like the base template to make your own.
Shit.
Yeah, I know. Really bummed out about that.
Well.
I don't know. We'll figure out something for that. So, but that's a snag right there. Maybe I can find something somewhere. But that happened. Let's see, what am I doing? I obviously I'm playing Super Robot Wars. Finally getting somewhere. We got past the first story arc. We're on like part 22, and we're like,
Holy
oh, first
shit.
story arc's done. And it's like fantastic. Yeah, yeah. I'm on like stage. I think I beat stage 8. There are over 50 levels in that game.
Oh boy.
50 stages,
Woo!
and it's gotten to the point where it's 3 videos for one level because the battles are taking me an hour and a half to do now.
Yeah.
My life. No, I picked a
Pretty
big
much.
game though, so I think what's gonna happen is that I'm just gonna slowly keep adding a bit to that, like over the years, until it's finally done. And then I really want to go back to working on Amnesia, but it's scary.
Yeah.
And other than that, I have a bunch of RPG Maker games that I have that I'm playing. So hopefully people are excited
That's
for
good.
that. I'd like to do some group games with everyone. Maybe Broforce. Broforce is 4 players. You could pick
Ooh.
up Broforce. Yeah.
Oh, game coming out. What is it called? Gauntlet. Gauntlet is they're
A new Gauntlet
making a new
game?
one for the
Yes!
PC,
I love
and it's
Gauntlet.
4-player, and it basically looks like Gauntlet meets like Diablo, and it looks amazing.
That'll be
Oh,
fun.
shit.
Well, you saying Gauntlet meets Diablo just makes me think of Champions of Norath for the PS2. Oh.
You and your obscure titles that I
It's
haven't
not even
heard
obscure.
of.
Chicken Nora is not obscure. What are you guys talking about? You just didn't have a childhood.
I guess I didn't really grow up with a PS2 for
I
too
grew up
long.
with an everything. I had
I
everything, so
I
I played
lived
everything.
I lived and breathed GameCube.
GameCube was my melee weapon, but when I needed range, I went with my PS2.
I get it. Melee.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Puns, they're great, fantastic. Woo. But yeah, no, everyone.
and
This is
everyone's
the
gonna hate us now for
yeah.
Oh,
How
boy.
punny, how punny. But
that.
do you want to toss the email to everyone? They can send us in questions. We could have mail time.
Oh,
Which
yeah, it's dragonwork at hotmail.com. Nice and
Dragonwork
easy.
at hotmail.com. Not any other words, just Dragonwork at hotmail.com. Sponsored
Easy
by
peasy.
EA. we're, we're just gonna shill for EA all night.
Yeah.
And Call of Duty. Those are our sponsors. Official
Those are the
official
worst
brand
sponsors
sponsor.
ever.
Oh, my mistake. It's
Big money.
Dragonwork Gaming.
Dragonwork.
It's Dragonwork Gaming
Lies.
at hotmail.com.
Blasphemy.
Oh god. Now
Oh,
someone
God.
only
I'm so sorry.
someone only heard the first bit and then their internet went out, but they're like, I want to write up this big
Oh,
letter.
no.
So they write up a big letter, and they copy and paste it once their internet starts working again, and we don't ever get to read it. That's Dragonwork Gaming at hotmail.com. Dragonwork Gaming at hotmail.com. Billy Mays here.
Oh, no.
I just felt like I was doing the selling something voice. I had the voice going. It was really fun. But yeah, do we even have a name for the podcast? Like, is this the super hype ass podcast?
Well, that'll be decided when we upload this.
I suppose so, but now we can't like say it's the hype podcast out. Brofist. Ellipses. See, we can't even do that.
Cough.
Nope. Well, anyways, guys, thank you for joining us on the podcast. We want to do this weekly. Hopefully, we can. Obviously, there's always tons of stuff going on that we can talk about. We can have specific ones. We can even talk anime sometime. We didn't even mention anime. Like, we could have went like Kill shitstorm on everyone. You all would have died. But I can't
Spoilers.
do that right now. So we can have spoilers, but not today. There are too many. We talk about we can do themed things. You guys can send us email at dragonworkgaming at hotmail.com if you want. we will try to answer your questions, or you can call us silly names and we'll cry on air or on recorded air.
But if that gets us viewers,
I'll cry.
Yeah. I'll cry. Yeah. But anyways, yeah, everybody, thanks for joining us on the podcast. It was great having you with us.